T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The following program is rated TVMA for language. We want everyone to be able to enjoy the program, but sometimes things happen, and we may say things that may be offensive to some or non-conducive to others. So in other words, shit happens. Oops.
Niggas coming.
Donald Trump is a fucking fascist. Now, one of the 30,000 bitches can come and go ahead through my motherfucking social media all you want. I wanted to make sure I said this out the gate.
Wait, what happened?
So now this bitch what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Blerds N The Hood. I'm your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington.
I'm the Swaggy Blerd Winston A. Marshall. I'm not saying I necessarily. I'm not saying I necessarily disagree with what you said. I'm just, where did that come from?
Oh, I just was like, yo, let me see if I can just say it out the gate and see how the fuck I feel about it. Because it's been said now that the Department of Justice, on top of wasting money doing all other stupid shit they do, are now going to hire over 30,000 people to comb social media to see if people are talking about, that Donald Trump is a fascist, the government is full of shit, all these different things. And so I just wanted to be the one to get the shit out the open and get it off my motherfucking chest, because let you know how I feel. But anyways, all bullshit aside, thank y'all for rocking with us again for another week. We appreciate y'all indeed. I was trying to get a lot of technical shit done that did not pan out the way I thought it was going to, man. We appreciate each and everybody who has been rocking with us since we've been back on a weekly schedule. It means a lot. For everyone who has been rewatching the videos. If you're watching the replay of this now, we appreciate you. Everyone who comments, who likes, subscribes, everything, who follows us on our individual journeys. It means a lot, man. So I wanted to make sure I got that out the way real quick.
Absolutely. And on top of that, streamlabs.com/blerdsinthehood/tip, streamlabs.com/blerdsinthehood/tip. It is in the description. It'll be on the banner here in just a second, kind of going down at the bottom. You can also use Venmo or Cash App if you want to support. If you want to get a question in and guarantee that it is read on the show, that is how you do it. Just getting that out of the way. So a couple things. Obviously, we'll go through the shows we normally do. We'll do Around the Neighborhood. We'll do Nigga What You Been Doing. We'll do all that shit. I want to do this up top just so I can get a poll going. I found too many Reddit stories this time. I found some good shit. All right. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to read all the titles to Jay right now. He's going to pick 4. And from those 4, I will put a poll that will run until we get to that segment of the show. And whatever y'all vote on, those will be the 2 stories that we ultimately do today. So we're going to go through this real quick before we get to Nigga What You Been Doing, so we can get that set up and ready to go. And we got some fun stuff. We got good news in here, but we got some blurred shit. Like
I'm waiting on you to talk so I can
you can know. Okay, here we go. So our options, Jay, you're gonna pick 4 here. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she gets pregnant too much? Am I the asshole for telling?
Hold on, she's pregnant too damn much. Stop, niggas nothing you.
There's a lot, so maybe shorthand this shit. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to marry her motherfucking therapist because I'm motherfucking done?
Yo, therapist, bitch.
Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my brother's wedding because of his fiance's behavior?
Fuck your wedding and that bitch. Okay.
Am I the asshole for replying not so nicely to my cheating ex-boyfriend after he broke no contact?
Cheating ex-boyfriend, this dumbass. Okay.
Am I the asshole for not liking my stepmom after she had a child with my dad and then cut me off?
Stepmom not fucking liking porn. Okay.
Am I the asshole for sleeping with my soon-to-be ex-wife's friend?
Real nigga shit.
Am I the asshole for refusing to massage my crush's breasts after she soft rejected me? I already know that's one of your four.
I need a moment. Hey man. Hey man.
Just bright breasts, nigga.
No, cause I'm gonna need a second. Okay. First of all, I don't even need to hear the story. I wish to God my crush that I've been loving you in my mind, okay? In my mind, we've been here. Okay? Together we are here. And then you say, nah, we can't do it. But then you hit me with so you got them big old hands. You want to rub my titty? Bitch.
Jay, I have plenty more to give to you, so chill, bro. Pause. I have a lot more to give to you, so I need you to pause. Jesus. So I need you to pay attention. So just write titty massage. All right. Am I the asshole for leaving my family to fend for themselves?
Fuck the family.
Am I the asshole for being the family snitch?
Snitches get stitches.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to drive my sister to her appointment?
Bitch taking Uber.
Am I the asshole for filing a police report for my girlfriend selling my iPad?
My relationship is over. All right, I got my phone.
There's a couple more.
No, stop. Nope.
Stop.
No, because what you're doing is you're giving away the load of what we can have for future weeks.
That's also true. All right, so that's fine. I need you to pick 4, and then I will put a poll up.
Already done. Okay.
What 4?
Okay. Your sister take too much from random niggas.
Oh, the pregnant. Okay.
That's pregnant. Marry your therapist, bitch.
Marry your therapist, bitch. Okay.
Titty massage.
Oh, we knew that one was coming.
Mm-hmm. And cheat ex-boyfriend. Don't know how to. He broke no contact.
All right. So I will put this in a poll in a minute. And y'all will see that there both on I'll put it on Twitch and I'll put it on YouTube. I just wanted to get that out of the way so that we could get that set. So now that is, let me go ahead and ask Mr. Jay Washington.
My nigga.
A nigga moment.
Man.
My nigga. What you been doing?
Damn, that jumped. So I wrote a list of what I've been doing because I've been forgetting.
You wrote a list. All right.
I wrote a list. 1, I'm on new medications for my kidneys. Thank you to pain pills for fucking my kidneys up over the years. You know, for everybody who like, oh man, I'm in a lot of pain, I should take ibuprofen or naproxen or aspirin or Tylenol. Too much of it will fuck your kidneys up. So I'm on new medications for this, which is gonna make me better eventually, but it also makes me exhausted. So I have to push through fatigue to get shit done. So it's like that. I've been watching Iron Chef, the original Iron Chef, Japanese version. Faku-san. Yes, the Iron Chef is using spicy wolf knuckles. Now, here's why this is important. Have you ever gone to that 99 Ranch supermarket joint down the street? It's on Victory and Sepulveda. My nigger, I went in there.
What? What the
Oh shit. My colored brother. It's an Asian grocery market. It's an Asian grocery store. So there are all types of like fish and different foods and like Asian snacks, things you would have gotten in Japan are all there. All the snacks you've ever wanted are there.
I love that.
So I've been watching Iron Chef with the original Japanese Iron Chefs making all these dishes. So like they be having these fish that I ain't never heard of, but them fishes are down there. Nigga, I'm finna be making scuttlefish, childfish. I'm finna be using cod roe, salmon roe. Bro, I'm finna be making dishes in it. No, bro, they got whole roast duck. Neck still attached and all. Duck sitting there leaning on the hook like this. But he looks delicious.
I know that look.
But he looks delicious.
That I told you. You remember my homeboy Jeff B, right?
Yeah.
That was probably the funniest thing he ever said to me. I was out with him, our boy Brandon, and my dad. My dad took us all to dinner when he was in town, like soon after college. And Jeff was just like, y'all, sometimes I just be looking at a duck and I'm like, man, you might be delicious. Like straight up just said that shit.
Bro, that motherfucker had it. I was like, Scrooge McDuck look tasty as fuck right now. Like, bro, life is like a hurricane here on my plate. I've also been lifting way more weights than I probably should be. I have been just bench pressing, shoulder shrugging, shoulder pressing, leg pressing, all of these things nonstop. I was benching the other day and I was repping like 365, 375. And I saw people around me looking like, yo, what the fuck? Because I didn't have on no weight belt. I didn't have on no wrist straps. I just was going. And they were like, what's going on? And I was just like, it's called hate and rage. It's all built in. And you use that energy, you transmute it back out, and then you can do things. So doing that, also, I have been applying to regular jobs, which has been interesting to say the least, because I haven't applied for a normal job in God knows how long. But with the state of the industry, this isn't what it used to be for us. When Blerds in the Hood first started, bro, we were able to, sustain and maintain. And again, this is no knock on the neighborhood by any stretch, because I understand the members of the neighborhood are going through things. Life is lifing. All these things have changed. But it's hard because now it's like every time you think you're up, you're not. And I always attest this to I'm by myself. And when I say that, people are like, what do you mean? You got friends and all these things? I'm like, yes, I know I have friends. I have people who love me and support me and care and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm never taken away from that or strayed away from that. What I've always said is I'm working my ass off as an actor still. I'm working my ass off as a comedian. But I still got a few things I got to handle. You know what I'm saying? So, and it is just me.
Sure.
I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have roommates. I don't have all those things. Ladies, I don't have roommates, which is a rarity in LA. Let me tell you something. I will tell you to get loud on purpose. Now, that's another, Mr. Winston A. Marshall.
My nigga.
Nigga. A nigga moment.
Man. Nigga. My nigga. What you been doing?
Shit, man. A lot. This is one of the busiest weeks of my life, so I've just been ripping and running and running and ripping. I rip and I run. I run and I rip. This is the way the dialogue spits. Rabagam. Sting. I rip and I ride. I rhyme and I rip. This is the way the dialogue spits. Hey, man, either make this song or don't make this song.
You're too close, man.
Oh, you just gonna choke all your problems away? That's what's hot.
Hot in the streets,
right? For those that know, I'm just it's a crazy week, and right now I'm just trying to take it a day at a time. And while doing that, I'm getting hit left, right, and center from family, friends, everybody asking a bunch from me, which is fine. I just am trying to make sure I am properly spacing my brain out so that I can do it all. Which I know everybody's dealing with a lot constantly. But it definitely is one of those things where I'm like, once I get to next week, I can, you know, take a deep breath and exhale. But yeah, it's the main thing right now. Like I said, I'm working on this short film project, man, and you know, for anybody that would like to support, I appreciate that. Easy way to do that is just during the show right here. So you know, if you want to support on that shit, every penny helps. But again, as Jay said, totally understand. There's a lot, like everybody's wallet is hurting right now, all that shit. So it is what it is, man. But I will say this much. I am really happy that Jay's and I relationship has really healed over the last couple of years, and that Jay is back in my life, and that you were willing to share with me what you just shared with the audience beforehand. Just from the standpoint of, you know, I've always worried about you, even when we were not, you know, contact non grata. And I worry about you now, but I'm happy to hear that there's a lot of stuff that you're doing.
Damn it.
What's wrong with you?
You'll find out in a minute.
Uh-oh. But just the standpoint of like, there's a lot that I want to be able to accomplish, and one of the things that was a part of that goal before was really blowing this up. So I'm just happy that we're getting the band back together, and we're finding new ways to evolve the show. That we're getting new ways to like make it pop and have people be on that shit. So, all right, it sounds like you probably already have some popping. So go ahead. Or not? Did you disappear? Oh, your shit might have gone out. Okay, well, give me just a second, everybody. I have a feeling that something probably popped in the Streamlab. Let me go ahead and look, and if that's the case, I will you know, do the whole thing until Jay gets back. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what he's going on about. Everything's fine. What is he freaking out about? He definitely froze. Maybe that's what he meant by you'll see in a second. It wasn't that something came through the Streamlabs. It's more that this nigga's internet was going. Oh shit, that's funny. All right, real quick. Let's see. I'll put this up there again. So streamlabs.com/birdsandhood/tip. Again, if you would like to support, also Venmo or Cash App, you can do that either with my or Jay's handle. It's the same. You can see it there at the bottom. It's in the description, all that good shit. While he's gone, because he will be back in just a moment, what I'll do is we'll start around the neighborhood. We can always play this shit again. I'm going to play some of this. For those that don't know, Around the Neighborhood is a segment that we started doing where funny shit or wild shit we saw on the internet, we're just sharing with you, having commentary and shit. I really wish he was here for this because it's much funnier to see his reactions, because I've seen all these, but it doesn't mean it's not fucking crazy. So hold on, let's see. Oh right, to actually open that shit up. So I'll do this one. We'll start with this one, because while Jay will still find it funny, I don't necessarily need him here for this one. This shit had me dying. This was this dude that looks like a Michael B. Jordan wannabe, and these comments had me fucking dying. So you have. Oh, yeah, maybe zoomed out. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. That's Mike B. Jordan. We got Michael wannabe Jordan. We got Jordan B. Michael. We got potential to be Jordan. Michael B. A6 or Michael Base. We got Michael B. Jordan at home. Might as well be Jordan. And then let alone some of these other comments over here. Michael B. Lyon, Michael 2B Jordan. Bro was getting ready for Greed 3. Michael B. Jordan called him Michael B. Pippin. A lot of Recycle B. Jordan. That's a good one. That's a fucking good one. You don't see the resemblance? Oh no, I definitely see that shit, bro. I see it. It's not straight up, but that to me is why it's that smile. I think that's why all these jokes started popping off the way that they did, man. We also have, let's see. Oh shit, what was this one? Damn, mom. Oh shit, nah, Jay will find that one funny. What was this one? Hold on, I'm trying to go through all. Oh, all right, this was funny. Here we go. We'll switch over. So someone tweeted, "This might be the most I'ma head out ever." This is a Marine outside of the White House during a thunderstorm. Check this thing out. See him clench his hands and then his stomach. And he said, you know what? Nah. But he still kept his fucking posture while he was doing it. You back? What's up, man? I was thinking that was gonna be my nigga definitely shit himself. that's what.
Hey man, I don't fuck with the storms like that, brother.
That's why he said I gotta go. I thought for a second you were saying that the Streamlab had already come in, but it sounded like the internet was going out.
No, computer went out.
Damn.
Computer went out. So I was like, you know what? I was like, all right, well, fuck it. We're just gonna have to deal with it whatever way we can and just
all good. All right, so here was one that kind of also had me going, God damn. So this is the Texas National Guard that arrived in Chicago.
Oh, you talking about the Thicky Reserves?
Well, someone said this picture got me crying. China in 5 was what somebody said. And the only thing that made me laugh a little bit harder was the fact that since this was the Texas National Guard, someone took Chuck and said, looks like the San Antonio division has arrived, because you know his beef with San Antonio, saying everybody there fat as fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hate to admit it, I was like, fuck, was Hegseth right about our troops being fat, nigga? Because that's not a good look.
First of all, national. Here's the thing a lot of people I think are missing.
Sure.
First of all, using the military on American citizens, we already know what that is. So that goes without saying. The National Guard are rarely mobilized, right?
Also true.
So they only reservists are only like 1 weekend a month.
Right.
So that's what a lot of people don't think. Reservists are not ready to go at a moment's notice. The National Guard is reservist. So you get people who've been at the crib who was like, yo, I got a bar. Oh, this nigga need me. I'm gonna go serve my country. All right, this is as close as MEAL Team 6 gets to real action.
Not MEAL Team 6, my nigga.
I try not to, with as much as we're inundated by this shit on a daily fucking basis,
right?
You try not to have it really frustrate you as much as it does, because it's weird, because it's like, for those of us with a level of human decency or common sense, at that matter, we know, we're like, yo, this is just all wrong. But then you have people who are in parts of the country who have found somehow, some way to stay blind and oblivious to everything.
Right.
It is interesting to me.
Right.
It is very interesting to me.
No,
so
I agree with you, man. All right. I got a couple more for you. This is an unk who has never had, someone said he ain't had a good day in 40 years. Check this shit out, bro.
I got my coffee. I want you to test out your new mug. Here, open this up. You just pour your coffee in that mug.
Oh, this shit
Damn, coffee cost more than the mug.
And tell Ruben how much you appreciate him.
Not worth a fuck.
Hold on.
A fucking dollar fucking mug, coffee cup, and we got to buy the fucking coffee to go in it, and you didn't put a damn thing in it. You could have put something in the damn thing.
Hey, yo.
Ain't that shit hotter than a motherfucker, man?
You like your mug? Look, it changed colors.
Son of a bitch.
Turn it around.
You son of a bitch. You and Ruben, fuck you and Ruben. Both of y'all no good, ragged ass motherfuckers gonna send me a fucking cup with a motherfucking man on it. You ain't shit, Ruben.
What a man on it.
Bitch. Man, that don't make no damn sense. What the fuck y'all take me to be?
Well, that's Ruben right there.
I didn't get this far into the video, so I don't know if he's gonna say something.
Put that motherfucker back in there and send it back to Ruben. I mean, fuck if I'm drinking out of it.
So, Unc was pissed. He was pissed as shit, bro. Like, but also that's kind of messed up to be like having your boy just drinking out, just your boy, essentially.
He's on. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
You give me a mug and I start to see the color change, I'm throwing whatever that liquid is on you. Immediately. We're not gonna wait. We're not gonna wait till they get all the way to the top. We're gonna chuck this shit out. And nah, you're not finna. And also, who was it that's hey, this is gonna be the what do you do with the mug after somebody get because ain't no the average let me say this correctly. the average grown man is keeping the mug just to keep it.
Right.
Well, you're not gonna have a mug with just a whole dick out in your house.
Absolutely not. Unless that's your man. If that's your man, then maybe. But even then, that shit going in like the fucking novelty back area. It's not gonna be for people to just see.
I don't display for nobody. No. It's not gonna be the cup when you say when somebody be like, "Hey man, I'm thirsty. Go get yourself a cup." After you're like, "Oh shit!" Go get yourself a cup. Oh, hey Earl, what? Your coffee cup got a dick on it, like it's a problem.
Last thing you need is your grandbabies come over and you were like, "Granddad, I'm gonna get some hot cocoa." Not that cup.
Daddy, the hot chocolate cup got man spread eagle.
Damn. All right, I got two quick ones for you. The first one, this was one that I was like, you know what? This is some real shit. So this is a brilliant idea, I think, that this dude came up with to try and help people understand what their vote actually means.
2 presidents, 2 systems. You vote red, you get a red card. You vote blue, you get a blue card. But for the next 4 years, that card is your life. You need health care? Present your card. Public transportation? Card. You go to a restaurant? Show the card. You're trying to file taxes or get disaster relief or apply for a job, even to get utilities, yeah, you're going to need that card. Red card holders get the policies they voted for. No Medicaid expansion, no union protections, no student loan relief, no restaurants with immigrant employees or even food picked by immigrant hands, no federal disaster aid, unless of course the hurricane was Jesus approved, and absolutely no abortion access, even if your mistress needs one. And since we're talking about accountability, red card holders only get the benefits their states actually pay for. So no more blue state bailouts, no more taking in more federal money than you contribute. So if you're living off that $1,100 a month in blue benefits now, you better learn how to make that red $300 stretch. Roads, your problem. Bridges, good luck. Those inspections don't pay for themselves. Hospitals, shuttered. But hey, until the Wi-Fi gets cut off, you can still yell about socialism on Facebook. But blue card holders, you're going to get infrastructure, you're going to get safety nets, you're going to get the public schools that actually teach history. Red card holders can still ignore science, but blue card holders are going to get the freedom to follow it. And I promise you this, after one term, just one, you're going to see a flood of red cards turning blue, because nothing exposes bad political ideology like being forced to live under it. No scapegoats, no whataboutisms, just the raw, unfiltered consequences of your vote. So let's try it. Let's split the country, not by secession, just by accountability, because talk is cheap and reality is okay.
Yes, sir. This nigga spitting.
Damn, nigga. Here's the biggest part of what he said I wish more people would pay attention to and not get mad at, because he spoke the absolute gospel on. red states getting blue bailouts.
Right.
The amount of people I see on Facebook, Threads, Instagram, whatever, comments, always going, oh, we don't need New York, we don't need California, we don't need blah, blah. And you look at what state they're in, and it's like, yes, you do.
Right.
You absolutely do.
Word.
Do you understand? I wish people, especially in the South, who want to, the Southern people who like, no, I'm not voting for that because they're not going to do nothing for me. Kentucky is like the 47th state in education and everything. And they're like, no, we just can't vote for a Democrat. We got to keep voting for Mitch McConnell and his meat neck. But
his meat neck.
And his meat neck. But you're voting for, you hate the states that allow you the type of life you have. No, it don't. I worked hard for myself. I got everything. The government helps out. The government don't do much for me. The way you got most things started was through the government, which a lot of its things came from blue states.
Yep. And it's the funny thing is, if you go to that tweet and you look at all the comments, you have all these right-wing people be like, oh, if that's the case, then you know what will happen, right? So then all of a sudden, when your crime happens, you're going to have no police because you want to defund them all. You're going to have no fucking firemen and all that shit. You're going to have all this. And I was like, except a lot of the stuff that you don't understand is this is how I know that you're either illiterate, like you have no media literacy, or you're just trying to be spiteful because, for example, defund the police. Yes, there were some people that were straight up like, just throw all of the police out completely, totally, and whatever. But the actual movement was about stop allocating so much extra funds to the police and actually distribute it to mental health services. So you could send somebody out if there was like a mental health thing happening at a location, things like that, community outreach, all these things that don't need to be policed, and stop overtaxing them and then sending them with all their weapons and everything and send the right people for the job. So it's this idea that you don't actually know what the fuck is going on with stuff. You just are tied up on your team.
It was defunded the militarization of the police.
Exactly.
Saying that police forces didn't need military grade weaponry on the ground.
Right.
And people were like, you say defund, you don't want police. No, idiot. No one ever said that. The problem also is, just as much as with police, firemen, and any other public service, civil officers, and things like that, they require raises. So which that city, that municipality has to make sure they have the money in their budget allocated from it. Now, when it comes to Los Angeles, I'll always use that because people are like, well, LA has all this money. It's like, the money in Los Angeles County and Los Angeles, the city, is not the money of Hollywood. You all have to separate the two. Money that actors, actresses, producers, and all this, that, and the third make, that is not the state or the city or the county's money. It's its own entity. So everybody always wonders, well, how can Los Angeles say they're broke? The county, the city needs money.
Right.
The infrastructure.
You heard the bullshit they're doing, though, right?
What?
They're going to be raising the prices on all street parking, all meters, and all that shit.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
And the Sunday exclusion is now gone. So this idea that you could park for free on the weekends, they're getting rid of that too. So meters will always be active. And any of the ones that were ending earlier in the day now might go as late as midnight on the regular. They are being complete and total assholes about that shit.
Man, you finna have motherfuckers take more chances parking on residential streets than you will to deal with when you think, hey, how do we raise? I understand the concept of how do we generate more revenue without necessarily raising taxes. I understand that ploy because the city has to bring in money. And if you say, well, we'll raise taxes, people will bitch and complain. Well, how do you generate that revenue? What do? You have to find something, but the meters are already fucking absurd because for those who don't live in the Los Angeles area, there are a lot of meters out here that aren't the normal pay by the hour or for even every 2 hours. Some are 15 minutes, which means you have to be literally running back and forth to your vehicle. Now, what they try to do to quote unquote convenience you is you can now pay on your phone. A lot of these meters now you can text to pay, et cetera, but to still raise it,
so here's the last effed up thing that they added to it. I don't know if it's going to be 100% across the board, but a vast majority of them in major populated areas will not allow for re-up at all. You have to move your car or they will ticket you. And their argument for both raising it, having it be longer, and that it will help supposedly with turnover for businesses to have more people come in, it's the exact opposite. What you're going to end up doing is a scenario where if I'm talking to you and I go, hey, bro, meet me over at Elbow Room in Hollywood. We'll go get some beers and watch the game or whatever. And we're thinking, I bet we only got to pay the meter for like one time for 2 hours. We gonna stay in this bitch until the game is over and shit like that. If now I know that's the case, if I'm looking at a $40 Uber to meet up with you, I'm probably not gonna go now. I'll probably be like, bro, we're gonna have to figure something else out.
We're going somewhere else.
The dumbest idea, in my opinion. But
which is why, and the problem is that's gonna be in the city, like the valleys and the different cities, municipalities and whatnot that are in the valleys are gonna be different for sure. Because they're not finna go for that shit. Like, man, yeah, oh my God. But again, taxes are how you pay for things. And then people say, well, I don't. Here's the other issue I have. Who's going to track it? Because you don't have enough attendance, enough people driving around to mark every single car to be like, well, they need to make sure they move. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to hire a whole new batch of people.
Yeah, especially if you're saying you don't have money, so this is to raise more money. That means you don't have the salaries to hire more. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. So it's what are we doing?
Yeah. Yep. All right, I got one more, and then we're gonna get to our stories, man.
You do that, and I'm gonna drop out for a hot second because I gotta look at this other screen real quick.
Well, before you do that, he gone. That's fine. So go ahead and just cancel AI. And I don't mean Allen Iverson.
Little shimmy behind the back. He don't know where I'm going. Spin downhill. Watch out! Hey! That's tough. Tie ball game. Skiddity tap tap. 2 taps for the poster. You feel me? Lock in now, chat. Little shimmy.
Absolutely just cancel AI, cancel the internet. Fuck that shit. I hate everything about this idea of a streaming 2K Kobe. That shit is fucking infuriating, man. It's the same way it's infuriating that you have these fake ass AI videos of
Sora has been a problem. Yeah, has been a problem for the past 48 hours or so. However, since it launched,
there was like a Malcolm X one that came out too, wasn't there?
No, so Robin Williams' daughter even had to make a post saying, "Stop sending me videos of my dad."
Right.
Stop sending me videos on that. I don't know why people think this shit is cool. I don't get it. I don't and again, as an actor who was on strike because of one of the biggest things was the protection against AI and watching people. I saw somebody post, because we talked about it last week, the whole Tilly Norwood, and somebody was like, man, these actors out here are nervous because they say she gonna take all the jobs. And it's like, it's not her, first and foremost. She has no real emotion. So she will never replace what a real actual actor does on set. But it's like, people like, man, we can bring Kobe back. I've seen Big and Tupac in WWE rings, people making it seem like people are wrestling in Target and shit like this. And it's like, y'all needed something to do, and it's like, you're not even really creative. I think that's the biggest issue, because now it's making people think that they're extremely creative. It's making people think that, like, yo, I'm creating something new and ain't nobody seen. It's like, you're just putting in prompts.
Yeah. No,
you're putting in prompts. And also, it's fucking weird. Kobe Bryant, come on, man.
Streaming 2K and shit. And I just, it's fucking infuriating and disrespectful. So not to put everybody in a mood, but our top story, man, we got to talk about. We obviously have been seeing these ICE raids and shit escalating, and ICE has ended up in Chicago now. As I was trying to look for a story to talk about this, I guess in the last couple of hours, this has been fucking horrible. Apparently, a federal agent shot a Chicago pastor in the head with a pepper ball during an ICE protest.
Yeah, I have a video. I had a picture of it. It's on the other computer, but there's a picture of a pastor getting pepper spray. Here's the issue. One, first of all, having ICE. Okay, let me make sure I say this correctly. Immigration enforcement has been a thing for years. We know it. Yeah, people will go back to Barack Obama. It's been a thing. This is a fact. There's no dispelling that.
Hold on, 30, less than 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure you were still in here because I found the video real quick. But keep going.
So, so what Barack Obama did, this is the video. So I was the photo of this that I had that I was going to put in. I actually have the photo.
All good.
But,
so yeah.
So immigration enforcement has always been a thing. This is a given. Oh, I didn't see that.
They shot this pastor in the head at this protest. The guy on the right there just popped him in the head.
Here's the issue. Here's going to be the biggest issue, and this is going to probably rile up some people one way or another. We can be upset. We can protest. People can be in the streets being mad when they see these officers. Like there are videos, if you go in Extra Blerds, ICE 1 and 2 is at the bottom, so go to Extra Blerds.
Okay.
It's the citizens can fight back against these illegal captures, these kidnappings, if you will. But the problem is the people that are in power, we've let them in there. Here's I hate to say it. We're stuck. Let's just call it for what it is. We can fight, absolutely. But the situation is we're stuck. And here's why we're stuck, a lot of people, and you might not want to hear this. Your aunties, your uncles, your little lazy ass, I don't get no pussy ass brothers. We're stuck because of them. Also, the same people that you say, I can't stand them, but you're going to go be hugged up and kissed up with for the holidays. Yeah, it's about to come that time again where everybody's like, my dad is a Trump lover. I can't stand him, blah, blah, blah. Here come them holiday photos of you motherfuckers all in pajamas. These are the people that put us in this situation. These are the ones. And the issue is you couldn't take, look, I don't give a flying fuck how you felt about her. Well, she just laughed too much. That woman who ran for president, who was the most qualified woman to run, yes, her qualifications stood. Well, I just couldn't see myself voting her because blah, blah. And she told you every single thing that was going to happen. Every single goddamn thing. And everybody was like, that's not going to happen. She's lying. All of you people who said she was lying, go watch the tapes. Because every single thing that comes
Didn't she just say at a convention, she was like, she said something about it like, these motherfuckers crazy or something. Like she straight up just was like, and she's essentially like, I'm not even trying to say I told you so, but also like,
but I told you so.
Everything I said is happening.
Every single thing. Every single thing. People keep thinking that like, oh man, the midterms are going to change shit. No, it's not.
It won't.
Also, people keep thinking if the Epstein list comes out, it's going to change shit. It's not.
Yeah, I would like to think so. The only thing that I will say is that there has been enough to already put an end to this. And I think Trump's reign is very similar to what Obama said about Uvalde. When Obama said, if all of this death around innocent elementary school children isn't enough to change gun laws, then nothing will. I am of the mindset that being a 34 indicted felon, that the grab him by the pussy.
Wait, what Jimmy say? Hey, Jay, want to bet me? I'm gonna see.
About whether or not the Epstein shit, the Republicans flip on him.
I'm gonna tell you, Jimmy. I'm gonna say this. If you want to highlight it, you can real quick. I'm gonna say this, Jimmy. No. Everything has shown us everything that they will protect the pedophile, and they will find every single excuse, and they keep saying we're the party of protecting children, et cetera, but there have been numerous members of Trump's closest allies come out on child sex crime, et cetera, and they just sweep it under the rug. Him, I guarantee you, they are going to be like, well, in certain places, the age of consent is this age. Well, who's to say do they have video of him actually do? They're going to find every single way. They'll keep moving the goalposts. We already see this. Matt Gaetz should have been in jail. But they wiggled their way around that to let that man stay free. Well, you know, he went into a state where it was legal to have sex with a 17-year-old. It's like, so he took a minor across state lines to have sex with her. They're moving the goalposts consistently here. This is going. They are legitimately.
I'll tell you this. I will say this much. I pseudo agree with Jimmy and other people that are saying that it will do something. It is not going to break up MAGA as a whole. It will loosen some people, because each time something has happened, there have been a few that go, and I think it would be a slightly larger amount than what we've seen previously, but they are in a cult. It is a complete and utter cult at this point. So again, some will see the light. If I had to take a guess of like the core MAGA base, you will see maybe 15% that will be like, I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. But a lot of them are too down for this motherfucker at this point. That is just my gut feeling, because the other thing that they'll say, like when it comes out one way, that they're gonna immediately keep pushing. Because to be honest with you, the end all be all should have been January 6th. If we're just calling a spade, that was a literal outright, we are invading a government building to overthrow the government so he can stay, and people chanting hang Mike Pence. That should have been the end of it, period. So that's the only thing that I'm saying, that like I don't think it's going to move as much. Like I appreciate that this is stayed in the news, and plenty of MAGA folk have been like, I'm utterly shocked that Marjorie Taylor Greene, of all people, has been one of the ones ringing the bell.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not. Because she's a woman. I expect the women MAGA people to start being wild. Like, I expect them to be the ones to have that moral quandary that starts eating at them first. I don't expect the dudes. That's the problem. I expect, like, I could see Laura Loomer. Let me tell you something. If he kicks her to the side, if he says he has nothing to do with her, she'll flip. Boebert, if something happens, she'll flip, et cetera, et cetera. But the dudes ain't going nowhere.
Well, and that's probably because a large number of them are probably on that list. Are you talking specifically politicians? Or are you talking about like regular citizens that are MAGA?
I mean, we're going politicians, but also this is the problem too with the list thing.
I'm just putting this up for anybody that's in that area so they can see it with their own eyes. Thank you for letting us know, Amy.
How many illegal immigrants do we know of that we heard of in Davenport, Iowa? This is crazy. It baffles me. They're not. Yeah, I know. But here's why I bring this up. The fact that we have to keep talking about when the list comes out. And the fact that they have voted against the list all these times, that in itself, the group that's like, nah, don't release it, that in itself should have been enough. When I hear Jimmy, I hear everybody in the neighborhood, when we bring up morality, that right there, when you like, nah, let's not release it. Why not?
Right.
That's letting me know this list won't be enough. Because he has managed... This orange fucker has managed to spin everything. Mike Johnson openly said, and then had to retract it, said Donald Trump was an informant for the FBI, which is why he was there, which everybody had to go and tell his dumb ass, hey, stupid, in order to become an informant for the FBI, you have to be almost charged with a really guilty crime that you can implicate other people.
Tried everything, bro. It's absolutely insane. I mean, the latest thing that Mike Johnson is doing to ruin all of this, right? So there was a special election happening, I believe, in Arizona.
He won't swear in the next, because there's a Democratic.
Right. There was a Democratic congresswoman voted in Arizona during a special election,
which they don't talk about also as well.
Right. They have in the past, whenever there have been special elections and there's been a Republican coming in, they have immediately been like, swear him in. But they specifically will not swear this congresswoman in because that would be enough votes. That'd be 218 to have the Epstein files be released. So he continues to hold them out of session so they don't have to do that. On top of, if you look at the government shutdown, they also, to that point, as they are talking about not allowing government officials to get that are furloughed to get back pay, they keep threatening all of this when they go, what about this? What about the TSA? What about all this shit because of the nonsense? Their constant thing is like, well, the Democrats are out here robbing you of your money. No, the Democrats are making sure that you don't take away everybody's fucking health care with your insane bill. And
I love the show.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good. That's pretty much
all. Go ahead.
Just the idea of, again, the spin that they push and they are so in lockstep is fucking insane. And what pisses me off, at least on the Democratic side of things, you still can't get Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer to fucking back Zohran Mamdani, even though you have Trump supporting Cuomo to fucking win in New York. Like, ugh.
All right. New York is going to be New York. New York has always been, when it comes to its government and its policies, New York has always been a shit show. Let's just be real. I mean, New York's been a shit show. I understand. This is what I'm getting at, why I love this show. First of all, a lot of people don't understand this. People keep saying, what are the Democrats going to do? The Democrats have actually done something that's actually pretty damn keen, letting the government stay shut down. And here's why. Because if they go to the table and they fold, and they vote to say, well, fuck it, let's just reopen the government, people are going to lose so much. Now, here's the problem. Again, the spin game. The Republicans control the executive branch of government, the legislative branch of government, the judicial branch of government. When it comes to the legislative branch, which is Congress, which votes whether the government will continue to move or shut down, both Republicans run the House and the Senate. And yes, to pass a major bill in the Senate, you need 60 votes, which would mean you would need Democratic support. But you're not going to get support to cut subsidiaries. And he has openly stated that this is a good thing for him to do because he can get rid, which also is fucking absurd to me that he can sit there and say, get rid of Democratic subsidiaries. We keep talking about presidents of the United States. First of all, stop using that fucking term because that's not what this bitch is. It's not a president. It's a fucking fascist dictator. Presidents are supposed to unite. Now, they may have political differences. That is always going to be a thing. You are always going to have a Republican president, eventually a Democratic president, and they're going to move on one side of the aisle or the other, blah, 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 blah. But there is never, and I mean never, in the years that I can recall, in any interviews I can look up, and anything, any type of facts I can find, and any type of research I can do, find a president who has been that adamant to say, no, I'm going to get rid of everything just they want. I'm just going to make it this. And everybody just be like, yeah, he should do it. It's fucking insane to me. It's insane to me. But here's where it gets worse with this government shutdown. So I was telling Winston, I'm supposed to go. I have a show on Friday. I have 2 shows on Friday. My shows are in Bozeman, Montana. I'm at Last Best Comedy Club, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. shows. Quick little plug. But that's only if I can get there. Yeah. Here's why. TSA is about to start calling off. Air traffic controllers at Burbank Airport here already have. Now, they said that the air traffic controllers in San Diego can handle Burbank. Why in the fuck would I want to test my luck? I know they're qualified to do it. I get it. But with the traffic that San Diego has, and then someone has to deal with man. So now it's like, oh, well, you got to deal with LAX. Now, who's to say eventually it does not affect LAX?
Right.
All of this All of this is
because you know specifically why it's happening the way that it is. So there's a law that passed that it's actually illegal for air traffic controllers when the government is shut down like that to not work. They still don't have to pay them because it's a government shutdown, but they're the only thing that they are allowed to do to be able to do that is to call out sick. That's why it is literally a massive uptick of like 80-something% of air traffic controllers calling out sick, because you have, again, Trump and all that straight up saying, and this is both a means to try and punish the left and use that as an excuse, but also this other bullshit Doge cuts nonsense as they're jacking up the deficit via this stupid, beautiful, big, beautiful bill shit. You are essentially just saying, oh, we'll just get rid of, like, we're either going to fire people or you're not going to get your back pay and all that shit, so they can try and say, look, we saved all this money. And in actuality, you're just torturing more people. Like, this shit is literally insane. So I do not blame air traffic controllers for calling out.
Did you hear him? I mean, he who shall not be named. Did you hear him say, I might have to start giving people a $2,000 stimulus?
Yes. Yes, because people are stupid and they think that they go, oh, wow, look at him giving us money.
Bingo. Because there are people who are dumb enough. There are people who are dumb enough to go, he's gonna give us some money again. This is going to be terrible. This is going to be terrible. And again, you still got 3 more years of this. Project 2025 was supposed to be rolled out over the first 2 years. It is over halfway done within 9-10 months. Halfway done in 9 to 10 months. But people want to sit there again. People are like, that's not a real thing. It's not something they want to do.
It's not halfway done in 9 to 10 months, because the way to think about it is the start of this year. It's not the election. So we got to wait until January of 27 is halfway done, because it started.
Doesn't say we're not. No. Doesn't say we're not even halfway done with his term. It's right. They're over halfway done with everything from Project 2025. Well,
that is true. That is 100%.
That's what I mean.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, but again, Xavier, I'm going back to the point, and we move on to the next topic. You said we need the midterms to come quick. Here's the issue. Stacey Abrams said it best. We'll still have elections and everything, but now he has made it where you're never going to be able to trust the no one will trust the elections, because it basically, I hate to say it this way without the full 100 or 99.999% verifiable fact, but it's damn near been proven that he stole the election. We know this because there's no way you can get every single swing state and have them call it like that. That's not. It's
not just that. It's the idea of the down ballot of it all. It doesn't add up.
Yo, can you tell him to text somebody else? Your boy.
What happened?
The dude in the chair. He's like, yeah, like we're not on this show. And he texted me. I'm like, yo, I'm talking.
I don't know what he's talking. I don't know what he's texting you about.
Matt, it's getting on my nerves right now.
I don't know what he's texting you about. He's not texting me
about the code or whatever, but I don't know. But I'm just seeing his name keep pop up on my phone and my wrist, and it's getting annoying. But yes, the down ballot, that because I'm in the midst of this conversation and I'm not trying to break this discussion.
I get you.
It's the down ballot thing. There has never been never in any election where the only thing, the presidential, is all one thing, but the rest of the ballot has been something else. It's never been a thing. But all of a sudden, we're like, he swept. It's like, that's not how this goes. That's not how this goes. But again, we're all going to, at the end of the day, we're here just talking about it. Many other people are just on various platforms talking about it. And it's like, what can be done? I don't know anymore. I don't know, because also here's the thing too. Even if he is, let's just hypothetically say, ladies and gentlemen, come the midterms, legitimately somehow through a miracle, things flip. And not only do they flip to the point where, yes, he is impeached in the House, but he has to be removed in the Senate. I keep seeing people keep going, impeach him, impeach him. Dude, y'all not realize we've been through this already. It's not the impeachment.
We went down that
road. It's the removal.
But it's not even just that. It doesn't, as a whole, it doesn't mean anything. Like, unfortunately, if things work the way that they were supposed to. But
the 25th Amendment should have been invoked, but because all of these congressional representatives, from the people in the House of Congress, House of Representatives to the Senate, they're afraid of his base. This is literally what it is. They are scared of his, because they have been proven to be mentally unstable. We see it happen right now. A judge just blocked what he was able to use the deployment of the National Guard in Portland, and that judge's house mysteriously caught on fire.
Yeah.
So they're afraid. So this is why they won't vote against him. This is why they won't. You need over 2/3 vote of the Senate to get him removed. And again, it's not going to happen. The 25th Amendment should have been everything he has stated. Motherfuckers went through a thing saying Joe Biden was not competent to be president. And the old man should have, I've said this openly, old people in general need to stop running the country. Older people in general.
I agree with that.
Because they are looking at it from a way back philosophy, not anything current or moving forward.
It's not just that. I think the thing that sticks out in my mind, and I've said this before, that like I have become ageist at this point. If we can honestly sit here and say that there are certain things that young people are too young to have influence and to make decisions on and things like that, I think the same can be said about older people who clearly have lost connection with society. They've had mental or physical decline where they're really not able to do their jobs, but you're so entrenched in power that people are able to hide it. And that stands true for Biden. That stands true for Mitch McConnell. That stands true for Trump. That stands true for all these old motherfuckers. Dianne Feinstein dying in her seat. Another senator dying in her seat. Nancy Pelosi, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Even the ones that I have been like, I'm a fan of, or because of what they did over time in history. I have become ageist in the idea of Maxine Waters. I do not appreciate the idea of people that will not fucking be here anymore, pretending like they're doing this because they actually give a shit, versus they are so entrenched in their power that they will not let that shit go. And you are not doing what is supposed to be done by the elders of any tribe, village, etc. You were supposed to pass on the legacy to the next generation so that they can do that shit. They are not doing that. And that's why, again, circle back to Chuck Schumer and Jeffries for not endorsing what has been resoundingly the Democratic nominee in Mamdani. Like, that in and of itself is fucking infuriating. But let's move on. We got a lot of
people don't, and I understand the whole thing, and it does play a lot into the Israel-Palestine of it, as well as you have a lot of people who won't do the endorsements, because some people didn't do the endorsements of Kamala to the very last moment.
Right.
And let's move on.
Real quick, just to answer both of those. A, and then what happened? She lost. B, as Mamdani has answered multiple times about a lot of that, he's like, well, I'm not running for Prime Minister of Israel. I'm running for the mayor of New York. And I believe in safety for all of the constituents and fair. Like there's plenty of stuff that has been said about it specifically, where anybody that continues to harp on that is honestly doing that from a disingenuous place. So
I disagree.
I disagree. That's part of why he was like pushing AOC as much as and he really needs to hand that over to her entirely. Bernie got to go too. I don't need 80-something-year-olds running shit. You're not going to fucking be here. You're not. I don't mind some of your ideas, like some of the shit that Bernie has said. Sure, but no, go away. Honestly,
all these. Listen, we gotta understand this. You Winston just said you're looking towards future generations. You can have a plan. You can have an idea. That is fine. Pass that down to someone you believe in. Pass all of that knowledge and that wealth of information, pass down those plans, those ideas to someone you believe in, endorse them and move forward. But to say an old person, we got to stop, because this is why the country always keeps going through, God damn, we struggling. Every time we get a younger president in, either the older people are like, well, we can't because they're thinking too new radical ideas. They're changing too much shit. And they're supposed to. Because things are supposed to evolve and progress and move forward.
Right. The last little bit that I just thought about on top of that, the idea of not supporting Zoran, the other weird element is, again, the only other option now is Cuomo, who honestly was straight up with the sexual harassment and all of the shit and everything that came out about all this. What grounds do the Democrats have to stand on and continue to demand the Epstein files to come out if you were going to actively allow Cuomo to just run around? Because he's quote unquote been a Democrat this entire time. He's just running as an independent now. What grounds do you have to stand on? You look like a bunch of fucking hypocrites that you're not actively going, you know what? Not that fucking guy. At bare minimum, that you're not saying that you are continue to kind of slightly help Cuomo move forward. But again, let's talk about some happier shit, man. Because fuck all this noise. I'm trying to see, damn, is all this shit just sad? We got fun shit to do. Shit to do. Why don't we talk about Gen V and Peacemaker, bro?
Let's do, which one you want to do first? Did I put the Gen V thing in there? Probably didn't.
Why don't we talk about Gen V or Peacemaker? Let's talk about Peacemaker.
Oh, nope. Let me.
You got Gen V up. Leave it up. That's fine.
Because I didn't put okay there. So 66th episode of this season of Gen V dropped today. I kept telling everybody. I told my group chat that involves Winston, our guy in the chair, Matt Thomas, Dwayne Burke, and Rue. I said, y'all got to watch this season, because I've had the pleasure of seeing the entire thing. I've said this season ties into the next and final season of The Boys so much, and I think this one did. The return of Stan Edgar, Giancarlo Esposito, and one other beautiful fucking guest we saw, Zoe Newton.
Real quick, hold. So as long as we're talking spoilers, I will have the banner down below. So if you just want to mute us until we're done, you know what's going on. There you go. There's your warning. Continue with what you were saying.
Okay. All right. Okay. I lost my train of thought, but let me get it back.
You said Zoe.
Oh, yeah. So, but I mean, if you've seen like pictures by now, but it's just everything has been leading up to what we learned in this episode, and it's lending itself to set up the ultimate finale in The Boys. Not even in Gen V, in The Boys. The fact that Marie is a Project Odessa baby, and you find out there's one other, it's Homelander. And I told Winston something before we went on air. What does Homelander see himself as when it comes to humans? He's a god. He says soups are God, but he thinks he's God just in itself. Well, that be the case, Marie would be almost Jesus, because she's done some resurrection. Overall, what do you think of this series and this season?
I personally, I absolutely love Gen V. I think season 1 was better so far, but that doesn't mean I don't like what I'm seeing. So like if you were giving a grade, if Gen V was an A+, this is still an A to me. Like they're still bringing it. Same kind of like wild shit that you normally see in The Boys. The kind of college, like young adult element of it is always very interesting and whatnot. I really, really, really have been liking what they've been doing this particular season, man. And it'll be interesting, because knowing the comics and how things definitely go a different direction, they really have diverged to do their own thing with the shows. I like what they've decided to go with. I think it's very interesting, and it's interesting to keep in mind, because like in the comics, for example, Black Noir was actually a failed Homelander clone. And that was kind of the ultimate big bad. And that is not what is going on in this at all. We obviously have diverged from that seasons ago. So I'm here for it. And to be honest with you, it makes me then also super excited about Vought Rising. and getting to see Soldier Boy and Stormfront and that kind of origin shit that's coming, I think next year.
Yeah. I like how this, because the universe of the show is so expansive and there's so many different outlets to see, because we've always wondered, how did Vought start making, we know it was from the Nazis, but like, how is it that Vought became this superpowered, this superpowered business conglomerate where they were like, yo, we're in the business of superheroes and we'll tell people it's pharmaceuticals, blah, blah, blah. And, again, Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy, I was dying laughing at him in season 3.
Dude,
he had me
menace.
He was a menace. Bro needed weed, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you got PTSD? What the fuck you mean? I'm still shocked. Hey, yo, chill out, bro." When he was having sex with the 2 older maids, these women are vintage, like a fine wine. You're like, ah. But I like the fact that, granted, Gen V is not its own comic. It's just from a certain story arc within the boys. But to take the characters and to build them out, the best part when they were driving, when they escaped from Elmira, Annabeth, Marie's sister, was like, "I'm not riding with y'all to some foreign country." And Emma goes, "We're not going to a foreign country. We're going to Canada."
The only thing that would have been funnier about that, but I'm sure filming was already kind of wrapped and shit. After everything, this motherfucker kept trying to be like, we're gonna make it the 51st state. Canada's gonna be the 51st. If some reference to that shit had come up, that would have been the only kind of chef's kiss. And shit
I know,
like
but the thing is, you got to remember, the show was written back in 2022, right before.
No, I mean, it doesn't mean you couldn't have done quick edits. We all know when you're actually on set. I mean, it was already filmed. I think it was already filmed. So why would you don't just, you got other shit going on,
But how much Linklater, who's playing Cypher, is killing it.
He's destroying. I hate him so much.
When I tell you, when you see what's about to happen these next 2 episodes, bro, you finna be like, oh my God.
Really?
Because there's so many twists and turns that you don't see coming, that are like, oh shit. But like I said, what it did for me was it enhanced the story to be like, yo, I just can't wait for season 5 of The Boys. I can't wait. And so, I'm just excited for it, man. Again, I love the cast. I love the cast of Gen V. There, Sean Patrick Scott, he getting his money this season.
Good for him.
And man, that man getting his money. He's like, yo, that's what I'm saying. He acting his ass off this season. He acting like the rent is due.
God damn, not the rent being due.
He acting like the rent is due around this bitch. So yeah, I definitely am a fan of that. But let's move on to the next one, bro. Yeah. Peacemaker, man.
Woo, shit. Oh, let me correct this. There we go. Boom. Okay, bet.
What's your thoughts, man?
I mean,
he's on our back.
Well, which we talked about that intro, and then I think the funniest part is the opening moment of the episode being like, how did you not catch it? Like, even after you see this, it's like, I don't know, I was just so busy with my family, I didn't think about it. And literally,
that big ass fucking mural.
There's a damn Hitler mural on the wall. On the wall of Argus, there is a Hitler mural. And then
it's like, that because we've seen him be in Argus several times in this world.
And then on top of that, if not that, how about the fact that everybody has a copy of Mein Kampf on their desk? Goes, hey, nobody got jacked reading books. I don't read books.
Yo, but let me tell you something. The thing about, again, this is one of the things I love about these shows, and I love watching the blow up on social media. To know how to predict society damn near perfectly, and especially in the dialogue, the moment where you have ads sitting up with Judo Master, who, Cheetos with an H.
That was definitely the real crime.
That was
Cheetos and Cheerios with H's.
With an H, but to have ads and
you know what the H is for,
about,
right?
I don't think that.
You know what the H is for, right? Heil.
Nigga.
Yep. That was perfect time. But to say, I don't think the Nazi world is any better than my actual world right now. And, you know, to see all that, but this part, where, please let me make sure please tell me I put it in here. Please tell me I put it in here. I got two different parts.
About to play. This part that he's about to play, man.
Go ahead. I'm gonna play the longer one, not the shorter one.
Okay.
What you say? This part he's about to play. What you about to say?
It's fine. I was just gonna say specifically. I think. Oh, if you're gonna play, just play it. Just play it, and I'll say it afterwards.
Yo, because this one, Vigilante gives no fuck. Okay, I just want to say this.
He's just not playing
it's
around.
Such a beautiful moment.
A Nazi?
Just...
Don't call me that.
Don't call you a Nazi.
I didn't create the problems in my world, Missy. I don't agree with them. I applaud you if your world is perfect and you fight every injustice you ever see. Is that what you do? Unfortunately, I haven't got the strength for that. I fight the madman murderers and monsters in front of me because that's all I can control. And at the end of my life, when I stand in judgment before God, I hope that he knows that I did the best that I could and I left this world a better place than when I came.
Jesus Christ, bro. They just kept going, bro. The fact that the buildup happened. You see Vigilante jump over the fence and then look up and realize who he's looking at, and he sees Economos tied up, so he immediately is like, "I gotta stop!" Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
By the way, Economos a whole bitch. This nigga was like, "I don't know these people, John. I might know them." Shit.
The only other thing that was so interesting. The only other thing that was so interesting, and I realized the shorter clip now, and I'll talk about that in a minute. What I found so well written by Gunn in this particular point is the idea of, what's his name? Augie is the name of his dad?
Yeah, Augie, yeah.
That Augie, at the end of the day, we find out that it's not that he's just innately a Nazi, he's a contrarian. So in regular Earth, or our Earth, or the main universe Earth that we're looking at, if the whole world is not Nazi, he's Nazi. Now, on the flip side, when you go to Nazi Earth, he's like, nah, I don't believe in all that shit. Now, I'm not saying that excuses none of the shit, but it actually talked to the core of where the character is coming from.
Yeah.
And I thought that that was really excellent writing for that reason, and including the fact that we saw that Chris from Earth X is a complete piece of shit. He's an asshole to the people that he dates. He is an asshole to anybody that he's fighting crime against. And on top of that, Augie even telling Keith, just like, you love him, he's a son. Yeah, but your brother had problems. He was an asshole. He had drinking problems. He had drug problems. And so this idea that, again, kind of at the core of what's going on with the character and everything else like that, I just found that very fascinating. And to me, that is actively what is good writing when it comes to writing alternate versions or variants of characters. What is the same and what is actively making them different. I just thought that was really done.
And it made Chris even now, because remember, Chris now sees this Nazi world. He like, remember, Harcourt is like, your perfect world. He like, I didn't know. So of course, to him, if this is everybody's a Nazi, my father was already a racist and everything, right? So of course he's a racist here. But now you find out your father isn't a racist. It really would have been his perfect world almost.
Almost, yeah.
Until Vigilante came through, and then Keith, his brother, was about to start blisted. And I don't have the scene, but I want to give special props to Eagly. Eagly be out here fucking people up.
Bro, I gotta give him credit. You got the expert eagle hunts, you got all this shit, and Eagly's dodging bullets and cutting out eyes, bro.
Eagly is that nigga. Okay. All he want is his lunch meat out the fridge, and you good with him. Get Eagly his lunch meat, bro, and we good. Conomo's sitting there, Conomo's telling Eagly, hey, Eagly, just go to the refrigerator, hey, bro. You want me to help you, right? I need you to get up in this store real quick for me. Go get up in this drawer for me real quick. But when Eagly starts fucking up his brother after all that happens with Vigilante,
and then this moment,
everybody starts.
Everybody is whooping Keith's ass.
And then Peacemaker has this moment.
Get off him! Get off him, please! Stop!
What I was going to say.
It's called a caterwaul when you're yelling like that. That is something from your soul where it's like you're broken.
Yeah.
And remember, he's watched it. Go ahead.
Well, because he watched all he wanted
killed his brother.
Right. All he wanted back in this particular moment was to have his family back and to be a hero again. And he comes to this world and he does, only for him to find out that this world is full of Nazis, which he is against. So that was a lie, and that dream is gone yet again. And he just watched his dad, the ideal dad he always wanted, get murdered. And now the brother that he had started to fall in love with in that regard also about to be murdered. So you watch him fall apart, including when this scene is over for the end of the episode, the idea of him fully just being like, it's me. I'm the angel of death. Wherever I go, things die, get broken, destroyed. And he starts having, like, right before that guttural scream, he thinks about all of those men, like killing Rick Flag Jr., about his brother getting killed when he was a child. All of the things that he is ruined by him being around, he starts to relive. And I think that to me, when people are like, they're not loving the episode because they feel like nothing happened, what this was more than anything, your plot points that moved you forward clearly was that door. And I have a feeling that I had said this as a prediction on Blerd Breakdown. I think that Brainiac is coming somewhere out of like Argus going through all these dimensions. I think that's where that's ultimately coming from. And that's the direction they want to potentially go.
Do you think we get Brainiac for Peacemaker?
Now, I don't necessarily think it's going to be a scenario where Brainiac's going to show up and we're going to see the character full out. I think, remember, in the preview, Argus is going to all these different dimensions and seeing horrible shit. I think that ultimately they're going to open a door that Brainiac is chilling. And even if we just see the symbol and that's it, I think that is ultimately what is going to bring Brainiac into Man of Tomorrow, because that is, other than the script that he released with a brain on the script and all that shit, and it has to be Lex and Superman.
Oh, I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, Gunn released a script for Man of Tomorrow with an anatomy of like a head and just specifically focused on the brain, just kind of implying that Brainiac is going to be the next villain. He didn't say it straight up, but that's really where that's going. I think that is ultimately what's going to end up happening in this final episode. Again, we're not going to see Brainiac as a whole. We'll see like his symbol or it alluding to that's what's coming next.
I think that happens probably in the post.
Potentially, and maybe in the post credit. It could happen there too. But I say all that to say what this season did, other than set up some kind of more world building and lore, specifically, this was a character study of a show this season. And it was beautifully done. Literally look at how Chris has had to examine himself. Harcourt, her whole arc of she is so broken and so hurt that she picks random fights and shit and can't even admit that she genuinely has feelings for Chris until she has to be broken down and see the error of her ways, etc., etc. That Ads is out here so obsessed about herself that finally having that talk with Judo Master last episode made her go, are you, she's trying to kill my dream. Are you maybe killing her dream? Did you think about the fact that you're not paying attention to her? All of these characters had to take an introspective look about who they are and how they move about the world. And that, to me, was what was so fascinating about this season. I don't know if you feel the same way or not, though.
I agree completely with that. Even Economos realizing he's a whole bitch. No, that's just who Economos is, though. He like, I'm not the dude. I'm a techie dude. I'm not. I fold under pressure. I think, but I think she still loses her wife. I think her relationship with her wife, regardless of what happens at the end, is severed. because now she's going to be more focused on the connection with the 11th Street kids. Is Judo Master still technically a butterfly?
I don't think so. Because I thought all of the butterflies died.
I know they didn't. Remember, I don't think God, the butterfly at the end of season 1. And I think Judo Master is still a butterfly technically. Because remember, when the butterfly leaves the person, they die.
You're right. Not all the butterflies died at the end of season 1.
Oh, Judo Master was never a butterfly. I thought Judo Master was a butterfly.
I thought that he just was working for them. I didn't think he was one though.
Okay. I thought Judo Master was a butterfly. That's why he could handle being tased so much.
I think it's just because he's a badass.
That's why I thought he could handle being tased so much, because he was a butterfly. But all in steel. Also, that's another part. Did you notice? So when Judo Master saves Ads after she's running, right? And Judo Master kills all those Nazis in the pool. Did you notice the significance of that?
Which part?
It wasn't just an Asian dude saving a black woman from Nazis. It was a gay Asian dude, because remember what he said about how he saving a black lesbian from Nazis. It's those little bitty things. I think hardcore is going to be the hard, because again, she's never known anything more than, serving, and her feelings are conflict. I think she does have feelings for Chris, but the fact that she finally said something about with Rick Flag, because it was like, yo, I was with dude. It was complicated, but I was with dude, and you killed dude.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep. All right, man.
Okay, that's what it was. Everybody corrected me. Thank you, y'all. Judo Master was a true believer of the butterfly gods. He's a gay Asian Buddhist. He was that's what it was. He was sympathetic to the butterfly cause. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit, man. All right. Well, that's gonna be that on Peacemaker, man. We got and Gen V. Obviously, you have the Peacemaker finale popping off tomorrow. Gen V, we got 2 episodes left.
Peacemaker. Oh yeah, Peacemaker is Thursday. Yeah, I don't know why I was like tonight.
Yeah, no, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, Gen V is 2 more episodes left.
But let's talk about this bullshit.
Well, everyone's on pins and needles across the country. You ready to go, LeBron? Where's the powder?
Left it at home.
LeBron, fans want to know where you're taking your talents this year. What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is tough. In this fall, I'm gonna be taking my talents to Hennessy VSOP.
VSOP? And this was the conclusion you woke up with this morning?
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Why?
I feel like it's gonna give me the best opportunity to win more at hosting. And not only that, win at signature cocktails, win at having a good time, win at impressing guests, win at making memories, win at making it look easy, win at leaving people wanting more.
LeBron, appreciate it.
I like my decision.
First off, shouts out to my bro Damu Malik. That's my bro who's in the commercial with him. So, because I was like, when I first saw it, I think it's my bro Damu Malik. Secondly, this nigga made everybody in the Los Angeles area mad.
Yeah.
Niggas thought he was going to retire.
Bro,
hey!
It's not even that he was retiring from the league. It's the idea. I think the thing that pissed me off because of that, in that 24-hour period, it was less than 24 hours, like maybe 12 or 16 hours. Tickets for Laker games skyrocketed because people were like, oh my God, it's the farewell tour. He's ending his career. So everybody, just the same way you went and you saw Kobe put up 60 in his final game, people wanted to be a part of that. So like the Jazz, who were going to be dog shit, it's just the last game of the season for the Lakers. Nosebleeds became over $500 because people were literally wait. I just saw in the private chat there is a lawsuit from this.
Get the fuck out of here.
Matt, come in and explain this.
Get the fuck out of here.
So
it's our guy in the chair, resident stepfather, Matt Thomas.
there is a Laker fan trying to sue LeBron for damages because he bought tickets to the final Lakers game.
It's not his fault.
The tickets lost all the value.
It's not his fault.
No lawyer is taking that case.
Oh, I know.
Well,
people want to make stupid ass law. Listen, that's like people
listen,
who try to.
Listen, real quick. You want to talk about how stupid the Laker tickets game and the last game in Cleveland, his last game in Cleveland, prices skyrocketed to over $1,000 for nosebleeds.
And that makes sense. It would have only gotten worse over time. Where that, like, this lawsuit is ridiculous because we're not going to talk about Mark Sanchez, so that's like a whole thing in and of itself. I don't know if you know that the old man that stabbed Mark Sanchez is suing not just Mark, but Fox Sports or Fox Network, saying you should have known that he was a problem. So because he's your employee, I'm suing your ass. That is the most ignorant ass shit. If he was at a work event, if he was on the clock, I will give you any of that. But he was just out in the street, even though he was there for business. He was not on the clock. That is the stupidest shit.
By the way, for those who just for those who are unaware, so Saturday, I think it was. Yes. All of a sudden, bro, Mark Sanchez got stabbed in Indianapolis. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, they stabbed Buck Fumble," and then it went. But the Indianapolis Police Department was like, "But wait, there's more." And then it more. And then it came. It was like, not only was, but look what he did to a 69-year-old DoorDash driver. Everybody like, oh, whoa, what? And the pictures, I will encourage you yourself to look for, are horrible. Bro is facing felony time in Indy.
He is.
Again, but the suing. The going to sue the network is stupid. And again, going to sue LeBron because you're like, how dare you?
Nobody told you that you had to buy those tickets. That was a choice.
No, I agree. By the way, marketing wise, that stunt was brilliant because he wore a shirt similar to what he wore in the decision. They used almost the decision line for line.
I'm not saying the production was bad. What I think about this, though, if I'm just
giving props to it real quick.
I don't think there's any props to it. If you were going to do this, in my opinion, the way to have done this was to do it as the retirement is happening, because then he could, if he had been teasing up rumors of like, I think I might go into coaching, whatever.
Nah. The season is about to start. This is the perfect. This is marketing wise, and
correct time. Doesn't matter if you just
perfect time.
It's the same corny shit of Snoop being like, "Hey nephew, I'm quitting smoke. I'm smelling smokeless grill." Like it's just fucking corny.
But there's
no denying it's corny, where you're going, but it's the right time.
I get where you're going, but the thing is with Snoop saying that there's never going to be a time frame where you can input that and it works best.
Let's motherfucking go, Aces. They just won. They up 3-0, baby.
Wait, first of all, let me tell you something. That is a level of love I aspire to. Kristen don't give a fuck about the show. Update for Amar. She give a fuck about the show. Update for my man. The Aces won. We getting that sweet baby. Okay, continue your show. That's what I felt that was. But anyway, with LeBron, it's the because you have to do. Now, here's the issue. Okay, we're 3 black men on an internet stream right now, and we're 3 black men that everyone can see. As 3 black men, know better than to advocate for Hennessy.
Nigga! Which kind of applies to what you said, for Hennessy. Like that's
right. For Hennessy. Nigga, Hennessy, I don't give a fuck if it is VSOP. We know when they say anything is possible, what the?
Who are these niggas?
LeBron has opened the door to a lot of white people about to find out about fights they had no idea they were in. It's going to be a lot of motherfuckers. Why did somebody swing on me? LeBron's Hennessy.
All of a sudden, white people end up like Mark Sanchez in the back of a cop car talking about,
what the fuck is going on?
Waking up out of nowhere. Because all I remember I was drinking LeBron's Hennessy. That is the nigga. I was at we were at the Improv last night celebrating the Comic Buddies, my birthday. Shout out to my homie Ocean Glapion. And one of his friends bought him a specific tequila from Mexico, right? But it was an añejo, and they were pouring it. Now, here was the problem. I didn't see it initially get poured. All I saw was a Hennessy bottle that was sitting out, and it was half gone. I said, hey, yo, what is this? They were like, it's tequila. I was like, are you sure? They were like, why are you so scared? Because that Hennessy bottle is right there, and I do not want this.
I've had a Hennessy once in my life. It was a Christmas. I barely remember that shit.
I went to Winston and Kristen's one of their right before the last New Year's Eve pajama parties they did. And Winston's friend, a sister who coated in motherfucking dry ice. That motherfucker she was chocolate of the gods. She was beautiful in a level that I was like, thank you, Jesus, for your blessings on earth.
I'll make sure to replay this section for her later.
Please do, because I was like, good God damn. She was so fine. I was like, my God, I will change my life and religion for you. But she brought Hennessy White. That is the only Hennessy.
Wow, that's the only Hennessy I've ever had.
Because it is purified, my nigga. It is a reason.
It is so smooth. It is so smooth.
So smooth. You can drink it and you be like, yo, this is what upper echelon feels like in my life. Nigga, regular Hennessy feels like struggle. Hennessy VSOP feels like struggle with the bow tie. Like there's nothing.
This nigga said struggle with a bow tie.
With a bow tie.
Y'all ever had that Costco knockoff though?
Get this nigga off the string. Get this nigga off.
All right, look, we had some more stories, but we've got some fun shit that we want to actually get to. So I'm actually going to call an audible and say that we're going to stop with the stories for now, unless there's one of these that you really want to get to.
I don't really give a shit about the Smashing Machine. For those, everybody was like, Rock bombed. It didn't bomb. The movie was not meant to make box office money. It's an Oscar bait movie. Okay, that's that.
He and him and Emily Blunt killed it, and I think they'll still get the noms. But yes, the box office did not do well.
Theo Bond is regretful. Ayesha Curry is kind of a thing, but we can
skip that. It's fine. Apparently a Twitch star gave birth on a live stream. Like put her whole like birthing process with her husband on a live stream, which is fucking crazy.
Wait, I didn't. Hold on.
You didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah, no. She put her whole here. Hold on. I don't have a video of it, but the TMZ reports super quickly, y'all. Twitch star Fandy and her hubby Brian and their brand new baby were spilling the tea in a very unorthodox delivery. The trio hit up TMZ Wednesday. Harvey and Charles grilling them and saying goodbye to the concept of privacy, which Brian shrugged off. There's a full clip of it, but yes, she straight up put the entirety of her birth on a live stream on Twitch. Like
social media was a mistake.
The internet was a mistake. 1,000%. Shut it down.
Yeah,
shut it all down.
I really
shut it all down. And then the last thing we'll just say quickly so we can get to this other shit. I'm sure you saw that Roger Jackson has officially been charged with felony battery over the Psycho Stu attack. He was formally charged in Los Angeles County on Tuesday with 1 felony count of battery with great bodily injury and 1 misdemeanor count of battery on a person. Roger's facing up to 7 years behind bars if convicted on the felony count and 6 additional months if convicted on the misdemeanor, due in court for arraignment later this week. The charges stem, for those that don't remember, from the August 23rd attack where Roger got in the ring. At Knox Pro Wrestling and beat the hell out of Psycho Stu.
It's in LA. It's in North Hollywood.
In North Hollywood, beat the hell out of Psycho Stu and ended up sending him to the hospital. Rogers yet to publicly address the matter, but his famous father has said that the 25-year-old should spend time behind bars for the actions. So, so that very quickly, that's the rest of the news stories. Let's get to some fun shit, man, because I feel like it's been a heavy show on the top half here. So let's round this out. So, the poll is still up. Now is your chance if anybody didn't vote yet on what the 2 Reddit stories we're going to do. But we got a special thing going on right now. Matt, if you do me a favor, if you got like a piece of paper or whiteboard to write this shit down, we're actually going to do a MCU Avengers draft. So essentially the way that this is going to work, let me screen share this real quick so y'all can see what this shit looks like. Jay and I are going to draft our Avengers and shit. And here are the rules and how this works. So your team needs a QB, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, a super flex, a flex, a defense / special teams and support. And that is, as a quarterback, a team leader, a character that's either led a team at some point in the MCU or has a comic history of leading a team. So, you know, it might be coming. Running back is a street level threat. So primarily handle street level stuff, but minor abilities. So no super soldier level strength. So you're talking like a Daredevil, a Hawkeye, a Black Widow, etc. Not a Spider-Man or a Luke Cage or anything like that. Wide receiver is mid-tier.
See, that's bullshit.
I'm explaining why. Street level I'm explaining why. I understand that, but I'm explaining why. So then wide receiver is mid-tier. So now you're talking about super soldier level strength and higher, or tech. So that is a Cap, a Spidey, a Luke Cage, a Black Panther, etc. Tight end is your powerhouse, so they need to be at least a base Thor Hulk level threat as far as like power. And it doesn't have to be raw strength. If you're telling me that their technology does that, if you're telling me that their mutant ability, whatever the fuck, then that can go in there. A super flex, this is a wild card. It could be anybody. It doesn't matter. So if you want a Hulk and a Thor, you can fucking do that shit. A flex, these are side characters. So these are people that have been around, but they're not mainstays. Your defense special teams is your overall leader or commander, so a Nick Fury type. And then your kicker is your support or your mission advisor. So any AI, guy in the chair, scientist or tech person supporting the team, etc. Jay, we're gonna. I don't have a motherfucking coin. Matter of fact, bring Matt's ass back in here. Matt, you got a coin?
Yeah.
I think I ain't got no money.
The reason why I'm asking you to do that, we're gonna decide who, because
the house, bitch.
Sorry.
So to that point, what we're gonna do is you can call it in the air, Jay. We'll do just like a fantasy draft. It'll be a snake. So whoever goes first obviously gets their top pick, but then whoever goes second gets 2 in a row, and then 2 in a row, and then 2 in a row.
All right.
Bitch took my coin.
This nigga.
Wait, someone took your coin.
Take a guess.
I ain't never heard a nigga say. I ain't never heard no nigga in my life say, "Hey, that bitch."
I had a jar of coins.
Matt straight up said,
This bitch.
he just.
I ain't never heard a nigga say that bitch took my coin. Wow.
Jar of coins that was in this fucking gone.
All right, I got dice. Fuck it. We'll just do this.
Jay, call me.
I have a quarter. I got a quarter right here in my hand. Fuck. I got a quarter in my hand.
All right. Here, we'll put you front and center. All right. Let me take this out so we can fucking see. All right, then flip it and I'll call it then. Tails. Show the camera, nigga.
I'm making sure it's the right. This is what it is.
That shit blurry. Can anybody see that?
No, we can't see that. That motherfucker's in 240p.
Okay.
Do the dice. Do the dice.
I'm gonna do the dice. Here, look. I'm gonna roll it right here. I got this D20. Jay, do you want even or odd?
Even.
Okay, that landed on 12. So you can decide. Do you want to go first or second?
First.
Okay. Let me pull this shit back up. All right, man. So I'm going to go through the list so everybody kind of knows what's going on here. These are all the people that are currently active in the MCU as is. So we got Vision, who's a tight end. Agatha, because she's dead, so we don't know what capacity she can actually affect stuff. She falls under that commander, defensive special teams role. Darcy is a kicker. You're kind of a guy in the chair, girl in the chair. Jimmy Woo, I went ahead and put him as defensive special team as a commander since he's done enough kind of stuff. Sam can either be a quarterback or a running back. Bucky can be a quarterback or a wide receiver.
All right. Are we going? No, we ain't got time for you to let just say everybody.
That's fine. So yeah, go. I'll scroll through. You actually obviously can see it yourself, so you can just make your pick. And
my first pick. All right, I'm treating this like I would an actual draft.
Yeah.
So at wide receiver,
okay.
War Machine.
You want War Machine? Interesting. All right. I'm going to go ahead and mark off Rhodey. Boom, boom. Shit, where's the strike through? I'll just.
There's a reason.
Okay, I'm curious. I'm curious your thoughts. Why are you taking Rhodey to start off?
military. Also, he can have the mindset of a quarterback as well. So if my QB goes down, I can pull him into position. He's a colonel in the Air Force. He knows what he's doing.
Okay. I would not, that's not where I would have gone, but I respect your decision. Damn, now the whole world's my oyster because I got 2 motherfucking picks in this hoe. Okay, let's see.
Don't pick
all
that.
right. I'm gonna start off by taking Doctor Strange, and I'm actually gonna put him at QB.
Oh, okay.
And then, so he's going to be my team leader there. So we're going to get rid of Doctor Strange, but the same thing. He could end up moving into different positions if I need him to. And then let's see. I think I'm going to go with damn. I really should have thought about this a little bit better. All right, at tight end, I'm going to go with Thor. Yeah, I'm going to take Doctor Strange and Thor to start my team off, bro.
So these are next 2 of mine.
Next 2 are yours.
Tight end Century. Flex Shuri.
Century. Okay.
Flex Shuri.
Oh,
Look at what you put by Shuri.
No, I know. I'm double checking. Hold on.
You have her as everything.
I do. Yeah, I have her as a QB wide receiver. So you want to put her. So you want to put her at Superflex.
Superflex.
You're putting her at your Superflex, okay?
Yeah.
Copy. All right. So Shuri at your Superflex, which is genius. I'll give you credit for that because you're also, again, you're getting her as a genius as well, which is pretty smart. And then who you took Sentry?
Century.
I completely forgot that nigga was in there. I completely forgot.
I saw it. I was like, "Ooh!"
I completely forgot that son of a bitch was in there, bro.
I was like, "Ooh!"
Completely forgot. That is 1,000% my fault, and I deserve all the bad things that happened to me and only me. All right. I am going to take
B-15.
All right, I'm gonna take. No, I don't want to do that.
Do we have a clock?
I know. Give me give me a second because I got it. The problem is trying to roll through the list.
I'm gonna give you 2 minutes per pick.
All right, I'm gonna take Spider-Man at wide receiver.
God damn it!
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little intelligence in there. And then I'm gonna take let's see. And then I'm going to take I need a super genius. I'm gonna go ahead and take damn it, I already used those positions. Son of a bitch. What do I need? I need a running back, a super flex, and a flex. Running back,
super flex, defense, kicker.
Running back. All right. I will take because there's a few in here. Dying out here.
You have 30 seconds.
Thank you. Trying to get through this list is fucking insane. All right. I will take Star-Lord at running back. Part of this, too, is a lot of these dudes have worked together. All right. So those are my 2 picks.
On the clock.
All righty. So this nigga took Star-Lord. That sucks. I'm gonna take a shot in a minute because I don't know how the fuck to get. Damn it! Everybody good is off the board already.
What positions does Jay need left? That's the other thing I'm trying to figure out.
He needs quarterback, running back, defense, kicker.
All right, his flex and his super flex already.
Yeah.
No, I just did my super flex. I just did my super flex tight end.
So the flex is like those kind of side characters and shit.
All right, let me put that in there.
All right, for my running back. Nope. Not gonna do that. Nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that.
1 minute
for my quarterback.
Uh-huh.
Bucky Barnes.
Interesting. Okay. So that's your quarterback. All right.
Fucking hell. For my running back, this nigga get his ass whooped too much. Can't use him. This nigga's too big.
I mean, big niggas will normally kill it running back. Just gotta say that. Look at Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but this nigga, I was looking at M'Baku and I was like, I can't use that nigga. For running back, fuck it. For running back, give me Captain America.
Sam. Okay.
Sam.
Great. So you got your
So he's got Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Literally.
Hey, nigga, I got the military, nigga. I got Falcon, Winter Soldier, and the War Machine.
Bro, like you really just moving as a force through the military. Damn. All right. So let's see. I got to pick two more. I'm gonna go for. Let's see.
Oh shit! Yeah, that is gonna be a good one if I can get to it.
Okay, let's see.
Where is he? Hey man, get Lady Sif.
Okay, I'm gonna take Gambit as my flex, my regular flex.
Ooh.
Because he's considered a side character at this particular juncture.
This bitch ass nigga gonna think Omega. I know what this nigga's thinking. I know.
My regular flex nigga. Hell yeah. Go ahead and take Gambit, my nigga.
I see what you did. You lousy bastard.
I told you, nigga, we gonna have some fun tonight.
You wasted 30 seconds laughing and umming, so
that's totally fine. And I will. You know what? Let's get another smart nigga. I'm gonna get Mr. Fantastic at my super flex.
Not your kicker? Because you have him listed as a kicker possibility.
Yeah, but there's other kickers that I would fuck with.
Okay,
I understand. You know what? No, you know what? Yeah,
no.
He can decide where to put him. He can decide where to put him.
I can decide where to put him because he can fit in any position. He's right. I could decide where to put it because he fit in any position. So I'm gonna put that nigga at kicker. You're right. It just the only problem with that is essentially with that kicker, this nigga's only around for special occasion. He really is the hanging back. He's not in that fight.
That is the perfect motherfucker to just be hanging back though.
It's true.
It's me. Right, it's my two. It's my two.
It's your two.
Yes.
It's your two.
My kicker is Ironheart, nigga.
Oh, so she's not gonna be in the fight. Okay.
That's a waste.
Wait, what? She's not in the wait. Hold on.
So the point of the kicker is that they're the person they're like the support. They're in the chair.
Oh yeah. Okay. No. Okay. I didn't make sure. Nope.
That's fine. If you want to move around, I moved around Mr. Fantastic. So if you want to move her around, you can.
My kicker is Friday. My kicker is Edith.
You want Edith over Friday?
I want
Just making sure you want Edith over Friday.
Edith.
Hold on. Wait.
Thinking about it.
Give me Friday. Give me Friday.
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't want Natalie, bro.
No, she ain't proven yet. Nat ain't proven yet.
Okay.
Nat ain't proven yet.
You got your kicker. What you want?
So Friday. All right. Here we go. For my defense special teams, give me Makari.
You want Makari?
That's a good one.
Makari from the Eternals.
Yep. No, you have him on there. You had him on there. I saw him.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
The only thing is though, again, you. That's interesting. So same thing, similar to a Nick Fury. They're not really in the battle a lot, but when they need to be, they will.
They make some shit happen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got my defensive specialist and my super flex left. All right. So my defensive / special teams. We got a lot of options here. I mean, let's see.
Hey, what's Winston's picks?
He has Doctor Strange, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, Thor, Mr. Fantastic, and Gambit.
Cool.
Okay,
I want to make sure.
I'm gonna take Loki, the god of stories that can see all motherfucking realities at my defense/special teams. That nigga giving me the intel. And then for my super flex, let's see. We got magic, we got cosmic, we got yup. Okay, let's see. I got so many options. All right, I'm gonna close this out.
This is smart. What I'm gonna do if I get it. This is smart.
If you get it, I agree. Fuck. Okay, do I go? All right, man. I'm gonna go Captain Marvel.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Carol.
Jay, your final
my last position is my flex. Is a side character. Nobody who's a mainstay, a minor character only. But if I need this motherfucker to get rid of somebody, they can get rid of him quickly. America Chavez.
Interesting. I'd see. The funny thing is, the only reason she's a little bit lower on my list, though, obviously she's in the middle of training, is the fact that she's in the middle of training. Like I thought about it, but all right. So the final teams, if you will read them for us, Matt.
Winston took at quarterback Doctor Strange, running back Star-Lord, wide receiver Spider-Man, tight end Thor, flex Gambit, super flex Captain Marvel, defense and special teams Loki, and kicker Mr. Fantastic. Jay at quarterback took Bucky Barnes, at running back Sam Wilson, Captain America, at wide receiver War Machine, at tight end Sentry, at superflex Shuri Black Panther, at flex America Chavez, defensive special teams Makari, and at kicker Friday.
I like to say this about Winston's team. Winston's team will never get along because they all want to be too busy talking shit to each other.
I disagree.
I disagree with that, especially since Endgame has happened.
Real quick, before y'all talk, can I give y'all, as the impartial party here, can I give you my thoughts?
Sure.
I will say Winston had the better draft based simply on the fact that his team is more diverse in all the different shit they're going to do. You got Bucky, Sam, Shuri, and fucking War Machine, Jay. Those are all three motherfuckers. Even though Bucky and Shuri have super soldier serum, they can still die easily. Like
I have two niggas. I have two niggas that can manipulate dimensions.
Okay, and you think Doctor Strange and all the magic shit
he's got the best one who can manipulate dimensions. Like
also, the nigga don't know how to deal. We've started the multiverse madness. He don't know how to deal with America Chavez just yet. He don't know how to deal with her.
And she doesn't know how to use her powers just yet. You use her flex on her.
All I'm saying is the steal of the motherfucking draft was Gambit, nigga.
Yes, it was.
You new son, nigga.
I was like, this motherfucker got Gambit. He got a god in Thor. He essentially got a god in Captain America. He got a god in Loki.
I have a god in Makari.
That's true. One. I just named four.
Technically speaking, Sentry is a god level because he still ain't even
god level. But we're talking about MCU Sentry, who still has issues.
Again, MCU formation, and nobody's trying to argue who's the head. Nigga, Thor and Star-Lord on Winston's team are going to constantly butt heads.
My only pushback on that is, again, looking at once you got to Endgame and shit got real with Thanos, guess who stopped arguing and actually started working together like a motherfucker?
Also, just also need to point out that Thor just kept letting he just went along with whatever Star Wars said. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're in charge. Go ahead. Do your thing. Mm-hmm.
Either way,
side is this impartial nigga on?
I'm just being honest. I'm breaking this shit down.
Hey,
like you got two people who are. You got 1, 2, 3 people who rely on tech. One that's just so up, or no, 2 people who are so up and down because of their mental health and mental blocks in America Chavez and Century. Like, nigga, you pick strong motherfuckers, but they also have some of the biggest holes based off of
my
what
favorite
we are
part.
picking
My
them
favorite
on.
part specifically with Mr. Fantastic as full on just tech support, my nigga. He could just focus on fucking up your team's day.
I have Friday.
I know.
I have Friday and Shuri. What are y'all? What are we doing?
Shuri is in the middle of fighting, my nigga. She's in the middle of fighting. Literally all Reed is doing is using his mind.
Just sitting back there.
He's just sitting back figuring out how to disable y'all motherfuckers.
Team that made it better.
Making ultimate nullifiers. Ain't nobody playing with nobody's head, man. This was just a fun.
Disrespectful around this bitch.
It's just a fun thought experiment, bro.
Streamlabs.com/Blerds N The Hood /tip. Just in case y'all want to. These motherfuckers. Nigga.
Listen,
did you
motherfuckers who have giant holes in their game right now.
Nigga, did you have fun? That's the real question. Did you have fun doing this, motherfucker?
Not any goddamn mo with Matt on mine.
Fine, that nigga can go. Look, man, did you have fun? Winston basically got the Illuminati, kind of, sort of. Shit, Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic. We two of the niggas already there.
They had to get rid of one of them niggas. Never forget. They was like, oh, we got to get rid of this Strange nigga. The Illuminati was like, this nigga's
I will tell you, my team has a lot of.
The Void is a secret weapon. The Void is a good secret. Why are we not? We not gonna play like the
because the motherfucker's unstable as shit and is gonna nuke his own teammate.
On top of the fact that Loki is
if
the goddess,
nigga, if everybody got to go, everybody got to go.
Bro, Loki can erase entire realities. If he just wants to erase the reality that had Sentry in the first place.
This is how you handle Loki. Loki gonna look at reality and see Sylvie and want to fuck himself. He's out the picture. Okay, he's too busy wanting to fucking.
My nigga.
You can't say that when the motherfuckers gave up Sylvie to just sit there
the
and take over.
This nigga.
Hey, go away. Go away.
Go away.
Streamlabs.com/Blerds/tip or Venmo or Cash App. It's listed.
I got a Venmo earlier in the day.
Oh, okay.
It was a shot. It was a little small Venmo. Let me pull it back up. It is from hold on, I had it right here. Sorry about that, it closed up.
All good. While you do that, the results on the poll are in, and we're gonna do these stories in just a moment here. Number 2 spot.
Curtis Lopez.
Curtis
From Curtis Lopez. He said, please tell me you guys watched the viral DJ Bouncing Beats video on TikTok.
No, I don't know what that is.
I have not seen that. If our guy in the chair can do something productive and pull that up so we can have that on screen.
He just kept tracking the teams. Leave his ass alone. He did a good job. But yes, if you could find whatever.
His job. No. That's what his job is. His job is to pull up some shit that we don't have time to pull up so he can do it.
Yeah. Give me the name again real quick, Jay.
DJ Bouncing Beats. You could have put that in the private chat instead of trying to be on camera.
I'm typing, so it's just like, fuck it. I'm trying
to... DJ Bouncing Beats on TikTok.
All right, bet. He's looking that up. All right, so number 2, that one. What is? Oh, this is delayed. I see. So the number 2 story, we're going to read this one first, is, am I the asshole for telling my wife to just marry your motherfucking therapist? Let me make sure I get the actual title here correct. Say it correctly. Let's see. I got to pull this back. It is, am I the asshole for telling my wife to marry her expletive therapist because I'm expletive done? Clearly, this motherfucker said motherfucker. All right. Oh, okay. Is this it? I can't hear it, Matt.
That. Whoa, okay there, Mr. Beats. This is not target-appropriate behavior. DJ Bounce and Beats is a Fisher-Price toy released in 2021 that includes a microphone, which, when spoken into, repeats what you say in song while bouncing up and down. Naturally, creators couldn't help but violate its wholesome nature, resulting in a trend where people would make DJ Bounce and Beats say some highly inappropriate things. For example, on January 4th, 2023, TikToker Scotty Cards posted a video in which they moan into a DJ Bounce and Beats toy at a department store. As the toy repeats the sound while bouncing, it suddenly feels like you're watching something a lot more explicit. The video received over 13.4 million views in 2 years. Other TikTokers repeated this prank in stores in various ways, like TikToker Lexi America 1, whose video gained over 34.2 million views in 2 years.
Oh, Daddy.
DJ Bounce and Beats prank videos had a resurgence in late 2024. For example, on July 8th, 2024, TikToker Vanilla Mace posted a video of her playing with children's toys at Target, where she gives DJ Bounce and Beats something particularly unhinged to repeat, receiving over 18 million views in 5 months.
They hit the f***ing Pentagon. They hit the f***ing Pentagon. Okay, we gotta go. Oh my fucking god.
Bro, how does nobody check for these fucking things? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
Oh, Daddy.
Yeah, I know how I got that right. Jesus is never coming back. Jesus done. Jesus is definitely
y'all wonder
done.
why the aliens ain't coming down here. Shit like this is
because they saw DJ bouncing beats and said, you know what? Let's stay away from that planet.
Hey, good. Okay. You know what? We don't need to do this.
Here's the first Reddit story here. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to marry her fucking therapist because I'm fucking done? After our oldest son was born, my wife decided not to return from maternity leave and be a stay-at-home mom. 6 months later, we started noticing missed milestones and other concerns. We expressed our concerns to his pediatrician, who said milestones were just guidelines and not to worry. Around this time, my wife started to get anxious and frustrated more and more. She said something was wrong with our son and we needed to help him. We went to a second pediatrician who gave us take-home evaluations to do. They stressed out my wife, who said she couldn't fill them out because she was afraid of accidentally answering wrong. I did my best to fill them out, but since she was the stay-at-home parent, I needed her help on certain parts because some questions were phrased, how many times per day XYZ, and I needed information from her to answer that. She got very frustrated during this process and said I wasn't supporting her. The pediatrician diagnosed our son as autistic when he was almost 2. My wife was upset by this, and the pediatrician recommended she see a therapist. As parents of autistic children sometimes struggle, especially the parent who spends the most time with the child. In some ways, that's the last time I ever saw my wife. Her frustration and anxiety only got worse. She's a completely different person now. She only communicates in therapy speak, and she acts like her therapist is God, and she is her prophet, carrying her commandments to me from on high to defy at my own risk. Here's an example of some of the insane things her therapist has apparently told her over the years. Our son is emotionally abusive. He was 3 when she said this because he intentionally withholds affection. I'm emotionally abusive because I canceled a date with her after she called me a loser and I didn't want to spend the evening with her. I'm sexually abusive because I told her I didn't want to have sex with her after an argument to punish her. Fights don't get me horny, but that's my fault, I guess. I'm financially abusive because I told her I didn't think we could afford another baby, that we ended up having anyway because she wore me down. I'm physically abusive because I put my arm out to stop her from walking into the kitchen when I was sweeping glass up off the floor. Our son is physically abusive because he accidentally kicked her while throwing a tantrum. He was 5. Those are just a few examples. I have more, but this post is already too long. As I mentioned, she wanted to have another baby. I thought it was a bad idea. I've actually been trying to convince her to go back to work so we can afford specialized care for our son. But even bringing up this idea is, you guessed it, abusive. Well, we had the baby, which I thought was a bad idea, but that's in the past now. Our second son turns a year old soon, and for the past year, my wife has acted like our older son and I are the enemy forces against her and our younger son. She no longer is providing our older son with any care. I had to scale back work so I could drop him off and pick him up from school, but that wasn't sustainable. We were bleeding money. I finally found an after-school program for him, which is expensive, but allowed me to work the hours I needed to. I told my wife it's not fair to our older son to ignore him and treat him like he isn't around. Obviously, the baby needs more attention, but it's wrong not to give our older child any. It also isn't fair to me because I hardly ever get to interact with our younger child since I have to do all of our care for our older child, and she always has the younger with her. She said her therapist told her that in a way, our older son actually killed her first baby because he is the disease that replaced him. I said I don't care about her therapist, that this is about our family, and she's neglecting us. She said her therapist said neglect was a weaponized term. I told her to marry her fucking therapist then because I'm fucking done. I told her I'm filing for divorce. She lost it when I said that. She said I can't talk about her therapist like that. I'm trying to alienate her from her support person, and that's abuse. I talked to my friend who is a lawyer to get a recommendation for a divorce lawyer, and he told me it's an asshole thing to do to insult her therapist because therapy is important, and it's not the therapist who told her to neglect our kid, hopefully. This therapist ruined our marriage and turned my wife into a crazy person. How am I wrong for insulting, insinuating that? But if my own friend disagrees, I guess I might need a reality check. Am I the asshole? Whew. God damn.
Okay, so like, but hold on, yo, as a parent of a child with autism, who knows how stressful it is, especially for my daughter's mom, who my daughter is with, I understand the developmental stages and a lot of different things. It is why I wish I could be there more. I understand that. But the therapist is hella out of pocket. The therapist saying your 3-year-old, like a 3-year-old who's on the spectrum is a different thing than a regular 3-year-old in a sense. But yo.
Yeah. Now, the main thing that I saw two people point out, and this is what
that was my next thing I was going to get to.
Is it postpartum? It's a Blue Girl and Joseph Ashley. It sounds
I
like
was going to get to that too. I was like, because postpartum depression is a thing, which I can understand why she went to therapy because of that. Here's the issue. We can't ask if it is because it's never been diagnosed or let alone mentioned. Because the therapist would say that. You for sure, a therapist would know you're going through postpartum depression. It manifests itself in different ways. Yeah. That'd be a different thing. But this shit,
I think the main thing above all else, it's not that you wouldn't. It's gotten so far, and the age that the older child is at on top of that, you really at this point, I don't even know if there's time anymore for any sort of couples therapy or to diagnose the postpartum because you have to protect that older child. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was early on and this was happening, I could understand that. But now you're in a space where, again, the kid is what, 5, 6 now, and she's fully neglected that older child. That's just a point of trying to protect the kid.
That is that. Now she's fully neglected the child to go to another child because the older child is the one that's autistic, correct?
Right.
That's absolutely postpartum. That
sounds like postpartum. It does.
That's postpartum.
Very much.
That's postpartum.
Like
She's never, because her therapist is. So the problem is her therapist is doing everything else, is dealing with everything else, but the root cause of what's a lot of this is dealing with postpartum on top of dealing with an autistic child, especially each child, is a lot. And the fact that the postpartum has never been addressed, that's a big thing. Because again, I think I saw it. I've been seeing it in the chat. We don't know fully what the wife is saying to the therapist. We just know what's been relayed back.
Right. Exactly.
Right. We just know what's been relayed back. So I wholeheartedly agree. She's suffering from postpartum because there's also no time limit.
Right. Some people never recover from it. Yeah. No. So both that, and I think the other thing that can happen too, which is horrible, and this is, I think, happened in this particular generation as more and more people have accepted therapy, people do weaponize therapy and therapy speak.
Absolutely.
For sure. And especially mentally unwell people can do that and use that as an excuse essentially to get away with some of the behaviors or things that they're doing in that regard. And I think the other thing that's important, I want to make this very clear that this is not the same bullshit that like a Trump or an RFK are doing, where they have fully got convinced people to stop believing experts. Let's just remember this as a whole, that yes, doctors, therapists, all that, they have done whatever said training to be at that position, but they are still human and they can be wrong. So there is also a possibility this is a very bad therapist, even if they went through said training, that this particular therapist is not a good therapist. That's also a possibility too.
Yes, but it seems like this therapist is like has set on themselves saying this is what's wrong. This is it. This therapist has not looked at other situations and other mitigating factors and be like, well, actually, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's this. Because I've had my therapist be like, oh, I thought it was that. This is what this is. And it helps to help better diagnose and figure out treatment different things. But this definitely sounds like postpartum. The therapist is a terrible therapist. Because yes, people are absolutely weaponizing therapy and therapy speak. That has become a big thing. The weaponization of therapy speak, where people like, you know, they'll start using all type of sayings that they've heard from their therapist, or not even heard from their therapist, heard maybe in a TikTok video. But damn,
it was just that was. It's funny because when we both saw the title based on how it was set up, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be crazy. And I was like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be that kind of crazy.
Yo, it's just like I feel sorry for all parties involved, primarily the kids.
Yeah, man.
Because the kids are the main ones affected by this. And then it's like, if you're the husband, you don't want to, you're like, yo, our kids are important. You're just focusing everything this damn therapist is saying. And how do you, like, damn.
And I also worry about both the older and the younger child, that the older thinking that mommy hates them, and the younger thinking that dad hates them because the dad never gets to spend time with the younger child because of the mother's actions. Like, both of those worry me, man. But all right, let's get to the number one story that won, y'all. And it is, am I the asshole for refusing to massage my crush's breasts after she soft rejected?
Let me hear about this, because I think I went through this 6 weeks ago.
Okay. So it starts off saying there will be an update at the bottom, because he had come back and edited this, but it's a long story. So he says, so me, male 24, and my crush, female 29, have been meeting often for a couple of months. And during that time, we've hung out, had dinner, cooked her food, and helped her practice and helped each other practice each other's native languages. We're not English natives, but we both can speak English. Now, at some point, I started having feelings for her, but I'm uncertain if she felt the same. So I'd spend time with her more and tried flirting a little bit, and which she would reciprocate. And whenever I did tease her or forget something she asked me to do, she'd start to pout. And she was trying to teach me things or mannerisms that would make me more popular because I was rather antisocial. Anyway, she briefly mentioned that she'd been having back pain a lot lately, and I offered to help massage her back. I've done the same thing with my sister, but that's a different story.
Why did you bring that part up?
I probably could have left that alone. And she agreed to that. On the first and second time, I just did like her feet and her legs and her back. But on the third time I massaged her, she told me, if you don't mind, you can massage my chest. So at the time I did, and she said it was the most comfortable part ever. So after I finished, English is a second language, so I'm trying to correct the grammar as I read. I thought that was a green light that she likes me. So I asked her what's her feelings with me, but she said she feels or sees me more as like her younger brother. And that hit me like a brick truck. But I maintain my composure and just go home after. The next time I meet up with her and she asked for a massage, I still did the usual legs and back. But when she asked me to massage her chest, I said, I don't think I can do that part. It's kind of awkward because you see me as your brother. She said, it's okay. We're not blood related. But I'm still firm about my decision. And so she starts pouting really hard. I continued massaging her legs and left shortly after that. And while I tried to explain why I did that via text the next day, she's been ignoring me so far, even now. Truth is, I actually don't personally mind doing that, but I felt like massaging that part is something I only want to do with someone I'm romantically interested in or in a relationship with. Otherwise, it would feel wrong, like I've been taken advantage of. When I massage my actual sister, I only massage her legs, nothing intimate at all. So when she sees me as a brother, I simply put a limit to that and admittedly backhanding her requests. I don't want to set a precedent where I have to chase and say sorry to her in order to return to normalcy, because I don't feel like it's my fault at this particular time. So I choose to live my life until she breaks the silent treatment. Am I the asshole? And there's an update, but just starting from there, I saw you freaking out. I could hear you freaking out.
Ooh, hold on. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something.
Everybody is waiting for your reaction, bro, in the comments. This shit is killing me. Buckling in for Jason. Now, this is funny. Damn, she got some big titties. Dad!
Okay, I hope I might have deleted it. You know what? I'll find it later.
Calm down, Jay. People said, so do you have any initial thoughts before I get to the update, bro?
Bitch, your brother.
I was going to say, what brother is massaging his sister's titties?
What brother is massaging your titties? That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
It's not a thing. That's not a thing at all. That's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
If you're saying you see me as a brother, let alone a younger brother, that's not a thing. You could have just said, I just don't see you that way. But to specifically say, I see you like a brother.
Hey, I have a question. I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to take myself out of asking this question, but it is virtually impossible. If we are flirtatious, it is one thing. It does not mean we have to go all the way. I can massage. You want me to massage your breast, and you think that oh my God, I don't get.
Not Al Moise I was talking about. I literally just came into the part of the Am I the Asshole? Oh, so he didn't hear the beginning part. The Am I the Asshole story, you can rewind a little bit, is am I the asshole for refusing to massage my crush's breasts after soft rejecting me? All right, here's the update, because your brain broke. He says, to start off, she broke the silence a couple hours back. We had a conversation, lots of misunderstanding, but this is the gist of it. At first, she outright wanted to cut contact with me because she wasn't sure of the feeling she had towards me, and that every time I massaged her, breasts or not, was making her feel sexually sensitive. Upon further conversation, the way I confessed to her was too sudden at the time, so she says that because she didn't know what else to say and said that in the spur of the moment. In truth, she doesn't actually see me as a brother. She doesn't like me either, but Jesus Christ, but doesn't see me as a couple nor want to be in a relationship because of her upbringing and worldview, which is understandable from where she's comes from in the world. However, she also stated that she doesn't really believe in love because people are changeable and so are their feelings. I'm not willing to gamble my future happiness on something so unstable. I don't trust in emotions, and even less do I believe in men. It's not just you. I don't trust any man. And I don't want to settle down, definitely not on the same page now, because I want to have a family at some point in this economy. Crazy, right? And that if I still insisted on being her partner, she also want me to be stronger and look better. And well, something, I have very high standards and lots of needs. To be honest, that really hurts. She didn't consider my personality nor my skills or adaptability, just how I look and how much I'm willing to please her. I know I could change my appearances in time and with effort, but I personally think that it's not worth it for me to be changed and put so much effort for what? Don't worry, guys. I'm still going to improve myself in that way regardless, just not for somebody else's request. One could try to change her mind or say that her worldview is wrong, that she won't find a good enough man for her high standards. But honestly, I can see where she's coming from, and I respect her worldview and decision. But the feelings I have for her are gone after that. We are not on the same page in terms of what we want for ourselves together in the future. So to keep going would just make both of us unhappy. Regardless, currently neither of us felt like completely cutting contact now, because what just happened is just two awkward people who don't know how to communicate clearly, and things escalated. It wasn't really a conflict. We might still talk, but whatever feelings I have with her romantically are gone after she told me all those points. I think I'm going to just enjoy my life and the time I have now. But hey, if another love happens, it happens. This has been my experience. Definitely learn from this. So it's whatever, folks. Damn, this dude is nuts.
Girl, we've been together such a long, long time. And when you're near me, my heart does shine. So I got to ask before we start. It's a question straight from my heart. Can I see one today? Oh, girl, just give me one today. Ooh. I just want to see one of your titties, girl.
Dude, there's a reason why he's one of the GOATs, bro. There's a reason why he's one of the GOATs. Can I see one today? And I honestly wonder if he wrote that, or if, because it sounds like something that would have come out of a Wayne's mouth, any one of them, but they said, but Jim is going to be able to play this better than any of us.
But again, so I had a situationship, was dealing with someone. We were flirtatious. It was very reciprocal when we were together. Everybody was like, yo, y'all look perfect together, blah, 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 blah. She was, when I met her, she was in a relationship, but we were together. We would always be hanging out. I'd be at her house. It'd be like 2, 3 in the morning. Her boyfriend would FaceTime her. She'd be like, I'll call you later. Jay's over here. We had different things happen. She had moved at one point to Vegas with a new boyfriend, and 16 days later moved back. Called me immediately as she moved back. I want to see you. We hitting there, all this other shit. Kissing, hugging, touching, all this shit. She dealing with adjusting, moving, break up, all this. And I'm not trying to push anything at that time. So I'm like, yo, I'm respectful of you, blah, blah, blah. But we're still all together. Hey, I want to see you. I want to see you, blah, blah, blah. Can you come over here? All this. Okay. Then one day I go, hey, what are we doing? She goes, oh, we're friends. I go, friends don't do what we do. Friends aren't the way that we are. We're like best friends. That's not best friends. I'm not like that with my best friend. Let me tell you something. Somebody that I arguably call my best friend is literally on the same stream with me right now, and it's not Matt Thomas. I just want to see him catch a shot. What? My best friend, I'll be like, hey man, I can drop some things for you. And I have dropped some things for him, but I'm not dropping every single moment for him. I'm not hugged up with this nigga. Even my best friend was one not hugged up and kissed my best friend, my other female best friend, not hugged up and kissed up with her. I grab your titties like that and you start moaning, I'm liable to pull my dick out the second time. Well, this is where we are. How? That's not a thing. Bro, you got to let that go. She's trying to have her cake and eat it too.
That's kind of what it feels
like.
She
wants the relationship without the relationship. She wants the relationship benefits without the title. She wants it without having to be
massage. She wants the titty massage with it, but also you ugly. I don't want to be with you because you ugly.
Also, that was another part. Yo, physically, you ain't the way. Let me tell you something. I had a woman tell me, she was like, I don't know if I could be with you because physically. And I was like, what do you mean physically? She's like, you're bigger than any dude I've ever been with. I said, also, I've seen the dudes you've been with. I said, I get I'm bigger dude. But she was like, yeah, you lift, you like that. You're not just big, you big. And I was like, yeah, I know what I am. But I'm like, I also see what you keep dealing with and what you keep complaining about. So maybe the problem isn't them, it's you. Maybe you need to try something different. But for her to say that shit to you, yeah, you could absolutely change her physical appearance, but don't change based on trying to be with somebody. That is some asshole shit. She's the asshole. You're not the asshole. I'm trying not to be personal with this one because that shit is so bogus.
The only thing more wild, bro, are you watching Love is Blind again this season?
Absolutely not. I love myself too much to watch it.
Okay, I'll give you a minor spoiler. There's this dude who's he rough and he
what the fuck does that mean?
He's not the most attractive individual. Let me put it to you that way.
The nigga's ugly. Okay.
Yeah. On top of that, he is Asian, but he talks like the whitest white man I have ever heard in my entire, like, he's like, bro, yeah, no, I would totally love to go to the beach with you, bro. Like, feels almost like a full rejection of what is going on with like himself, but he talks a lot about, you know, every time I grow up, bro, they'd be like, oh, like you're I guess okay looking for an Asian. Like, I'm not really into that. Like, no, I'm not really like. And so he's talking to this girl and she starts to fall in love with him and all this. And she starts saying some dirty shit to him, bro. She starts talking like she straight up is having phone/wall sex with this nigga and talking about, I love you, all this shit. And he proposes, huh?
Till she see this nigga?
He proposes and she acts all fun, but you can see the wheels turning. She says some shit about like, oh, I don't want to give this back. And the wheels are turning and they go away to some other couple. And then about 20 minutes later, the episode, all of a sudden she in the hotel and she's like, you need a better woman than me. You deserve someone better than me. She clearly saw him and is not about that life because it's been about 24 hours since he like put a ring on it and they saw each other. So,
here's the thing about this show. I watched the first, like, I was so into like the first 4 or 5 seasons. I've said this about, and I understand it's TV, and I understand you want to get that viewing audience. I understand that part, but let us be real. Love is not blind. I don't care what anybody says. Love is not blind. You are going to deal with some. You are not going to be with anyone you are not physically attracted to. They may be different body stature, shape, and things like that, but you find what you like in them, right?
And I also
nobody is. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think specifically, the one thing I have noticed with this show on as the seasons have gone on, they have started to diversify because people were calling out. It's like you're still kind of getting like 7 to 10.
Y'all would have the hottest motherfuckers you could find.
So I think what the one thing that they're starting to do that's interesting is they are getting different body types, different like attractiveness, all that kind of stuff. And I'm noticing people be like, okay, I do love you personality wise from who I met at a 10. And you're like right at that edge of how I maybe feel about you. But it's interesting to see those people interact and keep pushing forward. And if some of them do, or if some of them Freudian slip later, like one dude in like a season or two ago says something about his girl being like, yeah, man, I don't understand why you know, he's drunk and shit. He's like, yeah, so-and-so, yo, they fine as fuck. You know, they skinny and they got them big titties and talking to his like fiance about that. And she's just like, you just gonna talk about that in front of me?
It was one dude. I'm trying to remember what dude it was. God, what season was it? It was a dude when he was talking through the walls, he was asking them their descriptions on purpose. And they were like, you're not
remember
supposed...
that he was like, could I pick you up at a concert? He tried to be
Could I pick you up at a concert? Yeah. He was trying to make sure it wasn't no big or thick girls. And it's like
bullshit.
The problem with like everybody believes that show going, like there are some couples that are still together. I've met Marshall, a couple of them cats from the show, like the early seasons. And some of them are super cool, but it's like, again, you're picking hot people to be with hot fucking people. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting there picking people and they're not gonna be, everybody's going on the show, I'm gonna find the love of my life, it's gonna be so beautiful, till you have this motherfucker come outside and you're like, well, this is what my nightmares were. Like, I always said this growing up. One of the biggest things I was blessed with growing up was the gift of gab. I could, you know what I'm saying? I could sell water to a well. I could, you know what I'm saying, sell salt to a slug. And I used to always talk about being on the party line back in the day. And you would meet motherfuckers over there. It was pre-Love is Blind, all this shit, pre-Tinder and all that. You would be on the phone and you're talking, and why did y'all niggas solo me?
It was by accident. I was trying to get to extra blurs and it didn't. It was
okay. And yeah, so it's like, you know, you're talking on the phone, so you have to use your personality. And then you see somebody, and then you can decide, yes, you're either gonna rock with them or you're not. And I knew back then I wasn't everybody's type. I knew it. I accepted it. I was like, yo, some people are gonna love what I look like. Some people just aren't. And I'll admit, it did take a while for me to learn to love myself like that. It has been, I've been open on the show about, you know, when it comes to dating in Los Angeles. I can go home. I can go to another city. Motherfuckers all over your boy. I go here. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm not the size of this can, so it's gonna be an issue.
Yeah, LA can definitely be that way for
But
sure.
Yeah, it can. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to this show, we know the answer is Love Blind. It is not. But what you do in the process is you fuck with people's feelings. You fuck with people's self-esteem.
Yeah, I think the thing that's interesting, because people have asked, like I see Mom Man or Comic Nerd asking, like, do any of the relationships? Some of them do. I think the most successful by far and away was the very first one,
Lauren and Cameron. Lauren and Cameron.
I've never seen a stronger couple come out of reality TV. Personally, the two of them,
like, they are legit. They were legit.
Love the shit out of each other.
Love the shit out of each other. Like, there was no, oh, this is for the cameras. That was like, yo, you can even watch it through the season. And you were like, nah, this ain't something just for reality TV. Because remember, This was their first, I think it was his first or something, one of their first interracial relationship.
They were the first interracial, because that I'll never forget. Cameron used to rap in college and still did it for fun. And so when he met Lauren's mama, was doing his raps, they were bad, but they were just like, oh, okay, white.
And remember, Lauren was worried about what her dad was gonna think.
Yep, I remember.
Because Lauren was like, I've never brought a white dude home to my father. So she wasn't sure what her dad was gonna say. But those two love you. That is like, but also again, Lauren and Cameron, can I do in the chair? Can you please pull up Lauren and Cameron, Love is Blind season 1, a picture of them?
I got it right here. I was actually looking at an article, so give me a second. Here you go. Bam. So that's them. Let me zoom in.
They're fucking beautiful.
They really are. They are. But I will give credit to this. When you remember when that black wife glow up trend started and whatnot, it started in large part because of Lauren and Cameron, because she started, like, they posted TikTok videos of how he used to dress and how he used to act, and then having married Lauren, how he got some style and some swag. So
yeah. Also, remember, they're from Atlanta. Their season was Atlanta.
Yes. So yeah, there's been, I want to say there's about 10-ish couples that are still together, some that have had babies and whatnot. So like,
there's finally been kids.
Yeah, so Cameron and Lauren are pregnant now after trying for a long time. They were doing
because I know that was the one thing Vanessa kept saying. Vanessa and Nick would keep saying, even at the reunions, we're waiting on the first Love is Blind baby.
Apparently one just happened. I just don't remember who it is.
Because I know Giannina, she was pregnant, but it wasn't by the dude she was originally married to.
Right. Matt and Amber had a kid, so they're also season 1. They had a baby in April.
So they just started having Love is Blind kids.
Some of them are, some of the I want to say Brennan and Alexa had a kid. I really like them a lot, man. So they both had a kid and are still together. They've had a kid for a while. The kid's a little bit older now. I think it's a couple years. Bliss and Zach are still together and have 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think they now
really.
They had their first kid in 2024, and I think she's pregnant with their second. Kwame and Chelsea are still together.
That's the black dude, and that's the black dude,
and the girl that was like Barbie. She had all the pink everywhere.
Yeah, because he from Portland too, or something. Because there was another. I know the black dude that worked from Nike. Him and his girl Tiffany. I can't remember what his name is.
Tiffany and Brett, they're still together.
Yeah, motherfucker. When we talk about Love is Blind,
they love the shit out of each other, bro. That was another super successful. Johnny and Amy, I don't really remember them. Oh, okay, I remember these white people. Yeah. No, they were cool. So they're still together. And then Garrett and Taylor, I remember them too. They're still together. And then I don't really remember these two.
You know what always interests me about that show is when you have the couples, they do the romantic getaway after the meetup for the first time. They go to 2 weeks to whatever exotic resort, right? Some of them finally have sex immediately as soon as they get there. Like, they ain't waiting. Some don't do shit. Then they go move into this apartment for a month and a half. Then it's the days of the fucking wedding. And the problem is some people know from jump, I'm not marrying this person.
Right. No, they know for sure. So just to kind of see, so you guys can kind of see what some of these people look like. So yeah, this is Daniel and Taylor. This is Garrett and Taylor, also a Taylor, I guess. This is Johnny and Amy right there. This is Brett and Tiffany. It's them and then Cameron and Lauren, bro. Those are the two goats of the show.
Yep, those are the goated couples.
This is Kwame and Chelsea.
They reminded me of you. I'll admit, they reminded me of you and Kristen, for real.
Oh, yeah?
Them two remind me of you and Kristen.
Respect.
Bliss and Zach was crazy because Bliss wanted Zach. Zach didn't want Bliss at first.
He picked the other. He wanted them both, and he picked the other woman, and the other woman was horrible. And then he went begging back to her, and she accepted it. Yeah. And then this is Brennan and Alexa, and then their first kid.
I remember them. Okay.
Yeah. And then remember Matt and Amber.
You mean Bart? No, we don't know. We didn't know him as Matt. We knew him as Barnett.
He was Barnett. That's right. He was Barnett.
We knew him as Barnett because the crazy thing about him was, with her, she had a bunch of debt. Remember? Yeah. She had all that goddamn debt. She was like, I got a whole lot of debt. And he was like, I'm willing to take it.
Yep. And then that's Lauren and Cameron right there. And then, they are very pregnant, man. Which I don't know if they already had the baby yet. Hold up. Let's open up Instagram super fast. Because when was this? This was September 23rd. So she's about due. It could happen at any moment.
Yeah, she ready right there. She's about ready to pop.
Yeah. All right, bet. That's all of that. Let's see. Any Streamlabs or anything we need to check?
No Streamlabs have come.
Shout out to Cooley High for the bits. Appreciate that, man.
Nobody. I think everybody was like, "Hey, man, we can't do nothing for y'all."
Totally understand. It is what it is. Appreciate y'all just watching the show. So, all right.
Unless I'm looking at this right, or if anything changed or nothing, I'm just
no reason. All good. So, you already know what time it is.
And now, an ode to Karens, brought to you by Blerds N The Hood. Now, before we go into this dedication, you must be asking yourself, well, what is a Karen and what does it mean? Well, Karen is a mocking slang term for an entitled, obnoxious, middle-aged white woman, especially as featured in memes. Karen is generally stereotyped as having a blonde bob haircut, asking to speak to retail and restaurant managers to voice complaints or make demands, and being a nagging, often divorced mother from Generation X. Karens most notably have been known now to call the police on black people when they're just doing this thing called living. You know, something that God allowed them to do. This includes Barbecue Becky, Permit Patty, Sleepin' Sarah, and a host of others. And typically Karens feel that because they are white women, they are entitled to do whatever they want and make life choices based on their insecurities as well as fears. Well, here are a few moments of wild Karens caught in their natural habitat.
Before we do that, I kept de-diving.
Don't know we together such a long, long time. And when you're near me, my heart does shine. So I got to ask before we start. It's a question straight from my heart. Can I see one today? Oh, girl, just give me one today. Ooh. I just want to see one of your titties, girl.
Oh, I miss the living color. So before we go, I just had to show them, bro. This whole thing they put together. First of all, she looks gorgeous pregnant, bro. But look at them.
No matter how hard it gets, you got my blood in you, and you're gonna run.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
That's fine.
No, I didn't know. Wait, did I put it in here? Or did
it disappeared. That's okay.
I'm looking for the Karen.
Oh, I thought it was in Blerds 1.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
All right.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah, go and play.
No, play video game. We're good.
Play it again. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I'll play it again. All right. So yeah, this was their kind of like pregnancy
announcement
montage. Boy to me, there ain't no drought here. Blooming to our actual powers. I'll be a sanctuary. You just don't know yet. You just don't know yet. No matter how hard it gets, you got my blood in you. And you're gonna rise.
Oh.
You're part of something way bigger.
He is they are a perfect couple, bro.
Bigger than me, bigger than the picture that made us to be. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, you're part of something way bigger.
Perfect couple, bro. Real
Tell you
talk.
something, the baby gonna come out looking like 3/4 of the NBA right now. Anyway,
bro, you gotta look like little Steph Curry.
Yep. All right. Now, there's sometimes I find Karens where there's like we like to see Karens getting what they deserve. And sometimes you just want to see a Karen get checked so much to their soul that it's just instant retribution and gratification. Got about 45 seconds. Enjoy.
You gotta watch how the fuck you talking to my damn daughter. If you got a problem, you can come to me. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? No, you talking to her, telling her don't clap that. You don't talk to her like that. That's my baby. Do you understand? You respect her. Okay. I'm not playing with you. Do you want? I'm not playing with you. I'll put my hands on you. Do not play with me. I don't play about my daughter. Do you understand? Yes. Respect her. Apologize. Now.
Sorry. I accept your apology. Okay?
Don't play with me. I don't play about my kids.
Bro, when I tell you that exact thing happened with my mom and my baby sister back in like middle school, Zoe needed to get some new underwear or whatever, and she went to grab some, and some random white lady was like, "Oh, don't get those. They're gonna do XYZ, yeast infection, UTI, whatever the fuck. Like, don't touch those at all." And my mom happened to be walking because she had sent Zoe to go do it. She over shit. Bitch, don't you tell my daughter what the fuck kind of panties she getting and not getting? Mind your own motherfucking business. She didn't ask you, okay? She did not ask you, so mind your business.
It is something beautiful about seeing it happen. For her to have to go, to have to apologize to the kid. Oh, same amount of feet. She had to be like, I apologize. I don't play with my motherfucking babies. Hey, man. All right. Well, listen, I think that is all the stuff that, by the way, the podcasters that supported Trump are now feeling regretful.
Was there a video about that, or you just saying that out loud?
Well, there's part you put some of it on the pot on the.
I did. I think I actually got one. If we want to play it super fast, hold on, let's see.
But I got a clip. Hold on, I got a clip that's of Theo Von. You ever saw somebody get there? Remember that clip? Remember that moment in The Simpsons when Ralph got shut down by Lisa Simpson, and when they play it in slow motion, when they go, you can see the exact moment when his heart get ripped out.
Yeah.
Want to see the exact moment when Theo Von's soul leaves his body?
Oh no. Okay.
And Theo's the homie. Watch.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, I've been on stage with Theo numerous times. Watch this.
Over to the circle stage, but you are such a Vandy fan that you actually bought former head coach Derek Mason's house. You live in his house.
I live in former coach Derek Mason's old house. That's true.
Did he leave anything in there?
Give him a break. I think he went 0-16. Cut him too flat. I'm not joking. Bless him. Bless you, Derek. Yeah, he did. He left some trophies in there. I got to get back to him. And a plunger, too, actually.
Well, we'll talk about that later. Well, the guys are ready for your second round of picks, so go ahead, right up there.
Oh, I'm already gone?
You're already going. See you later.
Will I see you again?
No, I hope
not.
She said, "Oh, I hope not." God damn. Oh my
But did
Lord.
you hear him go? Oh, you heard the hurt. Look, we all have been shot down before. We all have.
Everybody's been shot down.
But to hear,
he essentially is like, "Can I say one?"
I think I have that clip in of him. Wait, hold
I
on,
didn't see, but here it is right here.
Go to extra Blerd. It's already in here.
Okay, whatever. I'll go to extra blurs. That's fine.
I'm just saying, I put the in.
Chicago. Jesus Christ, I don't see it.
Oh, I thought I put it in. Did I delete it?
That's
Oh,
fine.
man, no.
It's still right here. I'm just gonna play it.
My father immigrated here from Nicaragua, right? Like one of my prized possessions is I have his immigration papers when he came here. And I have them in a frame, and him and his siblings when they came here. And so I have tons of thoughts about it, but this was just fucked up, right? It was fucked up. And it was everywhere. It was like on all platforms and stuff. So that had me really kind of paranoid. You know, that had me start to get kind of paranoid and, you know, like closing, like, you know, I had the curtains in my house kind of closed. I was just like, you know, you're paranoid. I woke up the next morning. Sorry, I need some water. I woke up the next morning to a text from a high government official saying, hey, if you need some extra security in your neighborhood or some extra police cars on patrol, let me know. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Extra security? I don't have any, like, you know, I don't even know the code to my Ring camera. Like, I don't even know how to log in. So it's like, and like, what, you're just going to put police cars in my neighborhood? What are my neighbors going to think? Now they're fearful. Like, it just like, I don't know, man, that like really kind of shook me. It really kind of shook me. But you keep marching on, you know, and you start getting security, and then now you have security, right? And the thing is, you just don't know. You just don't know. Right? There was a moment on the, like, it was White House, because the White House also put this out.
Can't feel guilty, can't feel sad for you, because you kind of did it to yourself, sir. Your father's an immigrant. You are part of the reason. Look, him, Schultz, Rogan, fucking Aiden Ross, all of them. Y'all are a big part of the reason why this is happening.
Right.
And because it's affecting your families and shit like that, and you're like, oh man, this is horrible. You don't get to backtrack. This is like one of the things I keep seeing people going, oh man, we're gonna have to find a way to embrace all those people from MAGA because we're gonna need them. Fuck them.
The only pushback I say to that, though, if you want to say that about the public, fine. Politicians can't say that. I don't know if you saw the interview that Katie Porter did, and she's running for governor of California. That was the most unprofessional, bullshit ass thing that she could put. She was at apparently every single candidate was asked, you know, 40% of the country, or the 40% of California voted for Trump. So like, what do you think you would do to like reach out to them? And she goes, I don't care about them. I'm not running. And they were like, you're literally telling 40% of the state you're not going to. She goes, why are you asking me this question? Where is this dude? You're just getting up my ass. And I was like, that's what you cannot say.
No, see, here's where I'm gonna push back on that. And you know where I'm going with this. Why is it everybody else has to have this decorum now and has to be accepting of everybody when it comes, especially politicians? I hate to say it, but we're allowing the president of the United States on a daily basis to do the shit he does and say the shit he says. This dude has openly said repeatedly anything that's Democratic based, leaning, whatever, he don't give a fuck about.
Let me show you this. Let me show you this, because the difference is that base rocks with that, but let me show you this, because I don't agree with this specific. Watch this.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't
I
think
feel
you
like
need
this
them
is
to win?
unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
Correct. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation, which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never had to do
reporter.
this before, ever.
You've never had to have a
end an
conversation
interview.
with
To end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make...
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these, and if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative...
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you, and I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either. I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate feels about every one of these issues that they care about. And redistricting is a massive issue. We're going to do an entire story just.
Okay, seeing the entire thing is a different ballgame.
Sure.
That's a completely different ballgame. See, that was what we like to call a proverbial train wreck.
Yes. And that was more, and maybe I wasn't explaining that well enough. And I stand by this particular fact. I'm not saying that you don't need to play hardball, but I'm saying specifically with politics to straight up say, not only I don't care, but then to follow up with, you know what? I'm not going to do this interview. She didn't ask any questions that were personally attacking. She literally was doing her job. And what is the one thing that we're constantly trashing Trump about? Huh?
Yeah, I was saying as a journalist, yeah, she was doing her job absolutely.
Yeah. So I just that was all I was saying specifically about that, because I saw LaToya saying, stop asking us to kneel while they're kicking us in the face. Nobody was saying that we need to kowtow to any of this shit. I call bullshit on that. But what I'm saying is, if the point is as a politician that she's trying to run for governor of California, you're not running.
Well, I get that part. I guess again, the part that I'm on, and I think LaToya and maybe some others in the neighborhood who are either not commenting or commenting probably can agree. I'm saying that her saying, why do I have to care about those percentage of Trump supporters, which I understand in the grand scheme of things. You're saying you want to be the governor of all Californians, regardless of political affiliation. I understand that part, but it's when you look at the president of the fascist dictator in charge.
Sure.
And every time it speaks, it has never said anything that is unifying. However, every single other president that we've had with some level of decorum, there has had to be something to be said about finding some point that is unifying to both halves of the country, as they always say, right? This one is openly said he doesn't give a fuck. This one is openly so that's the point I'm making in regard to that. That interview in itself is an absolute disaster. That
is more of what I'm talking about. But that's more of what I'm talking about was that particular interview, and that kind of dismissive nature. The other thing that people have to remember, you cannot replicate what he's done. There is a very specific, you can certainly antagonize, and that's what Newsom has done, and I applaud him for that. but you like JD Vance will not hold the same sway that Trump did when Trump's gone. That's not happening. There is a very specific.
We've always said that it's a cult of personality.
There is a very specific thing to him that is going on there. So again, if the idea is trying to step forward and move forward with all of this shit, with her trying to be a leader and whatnot, to just say fuck the 40% in this state, I don't care. That I don't think is correct. As individuals,
I think it's playing the Trump. It's playing the Trump playbook. I hear you. I absolutely hear everything you're saying. I think it's just playing on that playbook. That's all.
But like Latoya, my pushback. Do you remember the one thing that they played constantly in the news is Hillary calling MAGA folk deplorables? It was stupid because there's no reason that should have somehow been bigger than him saying grab him by the pussy and all Mexicans are rape. Like there's no way that should have been anywhere near whatever. But when you especially know that part of what they do is spin better than anybody else and somehow make that.
Yeah, but here's the problem with what you're saying. And again, I say this all respectfully. It's the argument of why are Democrats and everybody on the left politically trying to play this nice game when they are not? So the moment that
you have to play nice,
but go ahead.
Specifically, what I mean by that, there is a way to answer that question where you didn't even have to go that route. You literally
let me make sure I clarify this real quick. I'm stepping aside for a hot second talking about Katie Porter.
Sure.
And I'm just using the overall.
Okay.
So for the past 2-3 years, Democrats keep trying to play nice and play by the rules and et cetera, et cetera. And now you're starting to have certain political figures, just in general, doing what he does and what they all do. But when these political figures are doing it, now it's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. It's like, which one is it?
No, I understand that. And I think that's the thing I need to clarify. Because I think, again, there is the thought process that I'm saying that we should just turn the other cheek and all that other shit and whatnot based off of everything that's been going on. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am specifically pointing at, though, with politicians, especially if the ground they want to stand on is that we apparently have the moral high ground, you can find a way to say what you need to say without fully undercut. Because if you notice, Newsom hasn't gone. I have my issues with Newsom for other reasons. Newsom hasn't gone after any of the MAGA base. He's only attacked Trump. He has only made fun of Trump specifically. He has never said anything about MAGA people. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, I think, specifically of that, because he knows at a certain point, if he really wants to run, he's got to win some of them, like one way or the other. So the other thing to think about is the turnout, the lack of turnout that people have been having for elections on top of that. Think about the 60% that quote unquote voted that way. Some of them may have just done it out of just, it's better than the other option. They may not even show the fuck up. That's the thing about her saying that while trying to run that doesn't make sense to me. But again, peer-to-peer people, civilians, all that shit. I'm not, fuck no. I'm not saying fucking kiss the ass of any MAGA motherfucker. They have drawn the line in the sand of what this is. I am not saying that at all. Let's get that motherfucking clear.
Okay. I got what you. I hear where you're coming from. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying on all fronts. You know, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's all. I just literally, like I said, is just there is a level of, I will agree with this, and this is something I've been talking about with other people, and then we got to get out of here. The one thing above all else that I think is going to cost Democrats for a while and the left for a while is this idea of sacrificing the good for the perfect. So this idea of if your candidate doesn't fall 10 out of 10, every box checked of what I want,
nigga,
fuck you. That oh, you did this, nigga. I'm not doing it because you did that one thing. I'm not going to whatever. And the truth of the matter is, unfortunately, the other side is in full lockstep, whether they agree fully with that shit or not. So there's a level at which I get that you're always trying to push for the absolute best, but I would genuinely much rather an 8 out of 10 than having to deal with a negative fucking 10.
Hey man, look, we're gonna go back to it. Let's go back to the presidential election. And again, some people will feel a certain way about this statement, and I'm gonna preface that. But the people, you see people go, well, I couldn't vote for her because of her stance on Gaza and this, that, and the third. And now you got people protesting her book tour And it's like, she's not the president. She's not the person in charge. So, you know, like you said,
and he's infinitely worse. Everything that was warned about, he is worse for
infinitely worse than what was. And everybody's like, well, I felt like I had to vote, or I just didn't vote because of that. And then it's like, now you're complaining about what's in office. You get what I'm saying? It's like, how could you knew how to stop this? You knew how to prevent this. There was, like you said, they may not ever agree on shit that he say, but when it comes to their vote, they lockstep. They right there. They know what they're gonna do.
And it purely stems from, and I give them a lot of credit. There's only about 3 issues that they really.
People keep saying she's gonna run again. I strongly doubt she runs again.
She won't. I think she
From
might.
What
be
I've been
done.
told, and I've been talking to people who know her, she's not running again.
No, I think
she's just doing a book tour. She's done.
No, I think she's done with all of it. I don't even think it's not even president. I don't think she's going to really run for anything else. I think she's just going to enjoy her time.
She'll do public speaking and things like that and engagements. She's like I said, I've talked to people who, and I, know people. I've talked to people who know her directly, and they're like, she's never running again. She's done.
No, she's.
This was the last chance they gave her.
Too much, especially as she said in a few of the things. I think the way that things kind of came at her in different directions, like Biden's ego and not actually supporting her and all that shit. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, there was so much, but it's like, again, there's not a such thing as there. First and foremost, there's no such thing as a perfect politician. That is an oxymoron within itself.
Yes.
It's an oxymoron within itself. So for people to keep thinking someone has to be perfect is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like there was, people like, well, what about, there's certain things. Yes, there's certain overseas issues that will always be present with every presidential election. We all understand these things, but it's like, man.
Right. No, I agree.
Raymond said, I want to address this real quick. Said, if we can protest Bush after, but here's the thing. Bush Sr. and Joe Biden all had one thing in common. They were the president of the United States. The vice president, let us be real. I need people to realize the vice presidential duties are nothing really. You are a placeholder and a tiebreaker vote. You are a placeholder and a tiebreaker vote in the Senate.
The only exception I can see to that is Dick Cheney, who very actively was making shit fucking insane. That's the only exception.
Cheney had money, which causes a lot more power. Cheney is part of those. Cheney is of wealth. So that is how he is allowed to manipulate shit. But you can't do the ends like Bush Sr. and then Biden. All 3 of them were president of the United States. She wasn't. So you can't. So protesting her, it's like people trying to protest Obama like the nigga's not in office. It's shit people doing. It makes no fucking sense. Your anger and your fervor is misguided. It's misdirected. People keep saying all this shit y'all supposed to do. Be on the lawn in 1600 Pennsylvania. That's where it needs to be, because that is the person. Again, you're saying that she was the candidate. That's a dead issue now. That's gone. That's done. You can't. She was the candidate. After November of 2024, when the election was called, and then on January 20th of 2025, when the inauguration happened, nothing that doesn't matter. Why are we again holding on to the past while the present is fucked up? Makes zero sense to me. You're going, she did this in the past. But again, she was vice president, never was president. She's not going to run.
That's the only thing. She's not going to run. And there are people that would say that Obama still deserves to be protested because he did have, until Trump, who's vastly blown that out of the water now. He did have the most deportations, and he did all of those drone strikes. There are things that people have rightfully, you could say about any American president, because there's no way that you aren't the leader of essentially this empire that we are. Let's keep it a buck. That you don't do some fucked up, morally deplorable shit at some point while you're running the country. Right. So everybody can get it. Let's be
no right.
Every single American president can get it as far as some sort of fucked up human rights violation that they've done. It's just a lot of it is typically.
No president is without their red on their ledger.
Okay, we got to get out of here, but that's what I disagree. I think she's going to run, and that's why there needs to be pressure. However,
I'm telling you, but I'm sitting there saying it's a fact. Why would she? Here's the thing. Number one, why would she? Why bother? Why would I even bother?
All the things that were said about her and everything else, I wouldn't.
She's not, number one, she's absolutely not running. Y'all want to think she's running? She's not running. She's not running for governor. She's not running for president. She's not running for any other political office. That's a fact. Number two, why would she? I'm going to tell you this, and this is going to say, I wouldn't run for this motherfucking country at all either again. The country showed who they really are. Motherfuckers tried to nitpick. A laugh. She laughs too much for me. Are you fucking serious?
Real quick, the other thing I'll say to Raymond, he said, as much as I vote for her over and over, I can't ignore my party supporting people getting killed. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying that that's something that they should get away with. They should be held all the time. But I think that if you're going to do that, if you're going to protest, go protest actual Democrats that are actually in power, that are actually still allowing this to happen. If that's what you want to do. Now, you should be pushing back on Trump because he's actually enabling Netanyahu more than anybody else has. Like the fact that it's a running joke for Netanyahu that Trump is his little lapdog is its own thing. But if you're going to push back on that, then how about the people that are actually in office? That to me makes a little bit more sense. I don't, that's my 2 cents. But anyway, I got to get the
care too much. You can say how much you care. Yeah, you're still a citizen, here's why these statements kind of, and I appreciate that, and I know we got to go. But here's why these statements kind of irk me, because again, you wanted her to be a private citizen because that's what you did when you didn't vote for her. You wanted her to be a private citizen. She is now, which means she's totally allowed to do a book tour and talk about how she feels. She's not beholden to anyone in the American public. She's not. Why? She does not hold public office. She was not if she was the president, then absolutely.
This is the main thing why I think it's over. Usually when they do a book, it's after their political careers because there's stuff they can't take back about the people they would have worked with. Think about the stuff that's already gotten people in the Democratic Party completely pissed off. She's not running again. She straight up talked about the issues with Biden and how she was loyal, but at the same time didn't feel that he was right to do stuff, but didn't want to hurt his ego and all that kind of stuff. She outed all of that. She outed the fact that she actually wanted to run with Buttigieg, but she didn't because she was concerned that a black woman and a gay man had no chance of winning because she could see how the country would. There's a lot of shit that she said. You do not have the leverage anymore to go back. That's fully done. Like I truly believe that book ended that chance. And I think that was the decision she made. She was like, I don't want to do this again.
It ended all that. And so to sit there and say, oh, well, she owed, it's almost people going, she owes us, and she doesn't. Oh, she can't make she makes zero decisions. Because here's the thing, too. Check this out. Even if you felt she had any type of pull, how much pull could a Democrat really have when Republicans run through all three branches of government? Regardless of what you think she could do.
No, for sure.
I'm just saying that in general. It's what pull would the woman who was the Democratic nominee for president of the United States, who no longer is the nominee, who's a private citizen, what pull would she have when the president is a Republican, every member of his cabinet is Republican, the majority of the Senate is Republican, the majority of the House is Republican, what the Supreme Court is Republican? What pull does she have? Absolutely nothing.
I mean, to that point, yes, but she decided she's not an idiot. Like, let's be clear. She pulled the trigger on that because she was making the decision. She was done. Again, you don't release that book. You don't release that memoir if you don't plan on putting this to bed. Otherwise, there's a lot of stuff she would not have been honest about in that said book. But anyways, all right.
Yeah, Target does have their private institution, but guess what? They cut their DEI policies, but they were submitting to black people and all these different things. But when they sat there and said, "We can go, let's go,"
I gotta go. Look. Real quick, you can find me at the Swaggy Blerd, all platforms here on YouTube, social media, all that shit. I'll be on Capes and Cows on Friday. We're also doing the Demon Slayer reaction, so check those out too. Blerd breakdown on Monday, Spill the Tequila on Tuesday. Back here next Wednesday. Jay, what you got?
Yo, if you're in LA tomorrow, I'm performing in East Hollywood. I'll be Fountain Gardens Community Center. I'll have that posted on my IG. Friday, if you got anybody in Bozeman, Montana, Friday for Last Best Comedy. I'm headlining that night. 2 shows, 7 p.m., 9 p.m. I'm going to be there. I'm only there in Montana one night. I'm in and out. I got stuff to do on Saturday. Then I got a bunch of other shows coming up. I need a lot of support, a lot of love from y'all. Yeah, all those different things, man. You guys have been great. I appreciate y'all. We were not supposed to be on air 3 hours.
We did it 2 weeks in a row. We got to be better about that.
Yeah, we got to get our life together because
we got to be better about that.
Yeah. To our guy in the chair, yes. Or if you want to do it straight up now.
Oh yeah, just do it now.
Hey, Raymond, there's nothing wrong with having a nuanced view. No harm, no foul. One of the things we always do on this show is we have a dialogue.
Absolutely.
I will definitely say that. We definitely have the dialogue. So there's, we can go back and forth and have the debate, which we know how to do because we know how to debate with our peers and not debate with like 18 and 19-year-olds. That's a whole nother thing. But,
I gotta get the fuck up out of here. I gotta go. All right.
Hey, look at that. Look at that.
That is fucking. I understand. I gotta go. Bye.
Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
I swear to God, you don't know how to shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, it happened. I just said something. It just rolled off the tongue. How much